drive auto, and they roll like a 1. Like, okay,
Car
well, I want
flips
to
and
push
rolls, they die, kill 2 bystanders.
Like, well, you're going so fast. You sure you want to push it? Like, yeah. And then a second one, and then he like goes off the cliff, like taking whoever was in the passenger seat with him, and boom, taken care
So
of.
we're all driving separate cars. Is that what I'm hearing?
Amazing.
Cars.
So real quick, there are a couple of handouts that I have for you guys that may be helpful, and by helpful I mean maybe 1 or 2 of you are actually going to bother to look at them. But I'll show them to you anyway. There is a combat flow chart.
Yes, I saw that.
I have that on my
that will kind of help everybody right there.
Mhm.
There's also a thing about when you get like bonus dice or penalty, like penalty dice on firearm stuff right there.
Okay. All right.
There's also a thing about a flow chart for what happens when you take damage
Mhm.
right here. There's a thing about armor, and armor includes like cover, like people trying to shoot you through materials, things like that. There's a thing for other forms of damage. Well, that's more of a me thing. I'm not going to show you guys that.
We just carry large sandbags.
Oh. Holy crap. Also, since we are... Since we're live, also hi everyone who is live. Happy First Contact Day. Only 42 more years before the Vulcans save our asses from ourselves. Yes. Yeah, boy. So that way, if one of us goes, if one of us our internet goes out, then I just do that with my I just export my videos from Twitch over to YouTube. So really. Wait, hang on. Real quick, I just realized I don't think I'm getting any audio input from my desktop. Can someone go into the stream and see if they're picking it up? Well, I don't know if it's I'm getting my audio, but I don't know if I'm hearing you guys. Uh-oh. That's... No, I don't. Would it... Yeah. Hang on. Would it be... It's... Oh, no. Okay, hang on. Maybe if I go in... Maybe it's my NVIDIA card? No? Well, shit. Okay. This is no good. This is... Yeah, well... Holy shit! It's what we got. Webcam, no. Notifications, no. Fuck OBS sometimes. I love it, but I want to scream.
Never roll like above a 20. So yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
I
little
fixed it,
worrying
I
when the
think.
DM is going, I expect most of you will survive.
You might live.
Some of you may die, but
Well, I mean, it's possible. I mean, again, a lot of it's going to depend on your own choices and what you decide to do.
Mhm.
You might live.
A lot of it's just going to depend on that. All right, so
Hang on, I
let's.
think I fixed it.
Okay.
Well, take a moment. I'm going to go refresh my drink. When I come back, we're moving forward regardless. All right.
All right. Yes. Okay. Well, I don't know if we should go ahead. We'll wait till our DM comes back to introduce our characters. I don't know if we should introduce them as a way like, oh, who are the actor we are, and then introduce who we're actually playing, or do you know?
what's
we do
what's
both.
one
We
thing
introduce,
that you
Hi,
what's
I'm
one
Neil.
thing that
This is the Boston Strangler.
as played as
I hate it.
Yeah.
one thing that that the people who know your character would know about you?
Okay.
Oh
One
no. Icebreakers.
thing. There you go.
It's like every college class I ever had.
Don't
I always
make me
lie
call out
outrageously.
2 truths and a lie. I will.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh wow, that's a threat.
I think that we should just we'll say our character's name and like a little bit about them and then move on.
Sure.
Like 1 or 2 sentences.
All right.
Let's
Oh,
do it.
we're gonna have a moment where we actually
got it.
Oh,
We were doing
okay.
that while you were gone.
yeah we're gonna do that, like we're gonna kind of go around and see how everybody's reacting in their homes to what's gonna start us off.
Okay.
Which is the death of Neil's character. That's gonna be the first thing that happens.
Well, you see, when Gene Roddenberry introduced the Federation of Planets, bang.
All right, we need it. Let's get focused. Let's tighten it up. Let's bring it in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, it is Monday.
Ugh.
It is. Hang on. It's March 27th, 1967. It's a crisp morning in the seaside town of Hawthorne, Rhode Island. This morning, as you get up and you go outside to get the paper, there's grisly news. Who wants to read this for me?
I can.
Alex. I think Alex was the first one. Alex,
All right, sure.
I'll go ahead and show you this. Go ahead and read that for us.
Probably having a cup of coffee as I'm reading this in my office. The main headline in the Hawthorne Herald this Monday morning, reports that a man was brutally murdered south side of town. The article mentions that the victim was in town on business, quotes police detective Merv Edwards, who confirmed the state police were investigating the death as a murder, but gave no details as to the specifics due to it being an active investigation. Sheriff Merritt Winslow has also mentioned the victim's name was being withheld until next of kin could be notified. Goodness.
All right, and we're going to say that you read that at home, not at the office. This is very early in the morning.
Yep, at home. Haven't even left yet.
And we're going to start. We're actually going to start with you, Jay,
All right.
as you are at home reading that news. As you're finishing your coffee, reading through the rest of the news, you hear a car pull up outside. And I forgot to put the NPC token on here for this because I didn't make one. That's on me.
Anybody.
All right, so let me get back to Roll20. Or back over to that map. Pardon me. Outside, you look out the window and you see a familiar car pulling up. It is who you just read about in the paper as the investigating officer in this. This is Deputy Merv Edwards. I like how we can see on Neil's or on Junie's, and then Neil's just look. It's just like he hasn't even adjusted it or anything. It's just whatever. You got a picture. Feel lucky.
Oh no.
And he pulls up.
You get one. That's it.
He's got a very grim look on his face. Look like he hasn't slept. Suit's kind of ruffled, so you suspect maybe he, if he did sleep at all, it was at the office. But he gets. You can see him through your window now, getting out of his car and walking up your sidewalk towards the door. What would you like to do?
I'll open the door even before he gets there.
Yeah, and he's about to knock. You know, like you get him right before he's about to connect with the door, and he's like, yeah, you always were faster than me, Jay.
Always an early riser. What can I do for you, Merv?
It's a real shit show. I don't know if you saw the paper this morning.
I'll just raise the folded newspaper and say I got a bit of it. Come on in. I'll
Thank you.
And let him in.
Yeah, and he walks in, kind of takes a look around your place, see how it's holding up, and then he
not great, but hey, I'm here.
And then he comes in and he sits down on the couch, and just sort of you can just tell. I mean, you can just tell he's very, very tired.
Can I get you something? I just got a pot of coffee going.
No, that'd be great. 2 sugars. Just like the old days. Just like the old days.
Oh yeah. I'll head off to go take care of that.
He's gonna start talking to you like from the
living room. I guess.
From the living room, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is something. I mean, you and we used to see a lot back in the day. I've never seen anything like this. This one's gonna stick with me the rest of my days. So help me.
What happened out there, Murph? I'll say as I'm getting that cup.
This guy, don't let it get around, all right? His name was Harry Rowland. He was a salesman from out of town. Near as I can tell, I mean, I don't want to talk bad about anybody, but it looks like this guy was on the south side cruising for whores or whatever. Something caught a hold of this guy and just tore him apart. I've never seen a man mangled like this, and I was in the wars,
Yeah, something like a bear.
I don't know. Judging by the wounds, I mean, some of them look like knife wounds, but I'm not the coroner. I don't know. Right? I mean, if it was just those wounds, I would think, yeah, this guy got stabbed to death. But it wasn't just that, Jay. It wasn't just that. This guy was partially eaten.
Where'd you find him? I'll bring the cup of coffee out and sit it down in front of him.
He's on this. We found him on the south side, kind of near over where the red light district starts. Not quite to it yet.
Not in the water then.
No. I mean, this was grisly. And then you know how the sheriff is. Sheriff's wanted to put this off on hopheads.
Mm-hmm.
Kids on reefer, something. Whatever. Sweep it under the rug. But this isn't that. I don't think this isn't one of these things you can just kind of quietly have go away. Not this time. And he takes a pack of cigarettes out. And he's like, "You mind?"
No, go ahead.
And he lights up, and you see him now. His hand is shaking. Jay,
It's really gotten you riled up.
we should be glad you're not on the. Be glad you didn't see this. Just be glad you're not on the force anymore. That you didn't have to see what I saw. There's one time when I envy you.
First time for everything.
Yeah, so that's what I've been up to all night. Still haven't heard from the coroner yet. Coroner was going to look at it first thing this morning, see if they could make a determination. But I mean, this thing was just whatever got a hold of him. It gutted him, Jay. It tore apart his organs, ate most of the flesh off his bones. Hardly any meat left on that man. The look on his face, Jay. The frozen, open mouth scream. The vacant, dead eyes, like he'd saw the devil himself.
City's never boring.
Well, if you hear anything, I know you still got connections there on the south side. If you hear anything, let me know, huh?
Yeah, I'll let you know, Murph.
And I don't know, love of Christ, maybe don't go out at night, not for a while, yeah.
Yeah,
Especially on the south side.
you be careful out there.
You still packing, right?
Always, but I'm about as good of a shot as I always am.
Stay safe. Like I said, if you hear anything, let me know.
Will do.
And he goes back out to his car and pulls away.
I'm gonna
We're gonna-
glance at the
Go ahead.
newspaper and just think for a set as I finish my coffee and get ready to go to work.
Wait,
All right, and Jay, you've been to war. You know that Murph was in the war, right? And so you're kind of like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you didn't see this, obviously. You're kind of thinking, man, how bad would it have been to shake Murph? Murph has seen some shit. I mean, Murph is, he's been in the shit. He's seen some things.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
This is definitely something different about this one.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna go from Merv over to Shin.
Oh,
Over to
that's me.
Shin's house. Yeah. Shin, you're actually only you're like on the other side of the block from where Jay lives. And you've gone out on your porch. Obviously, you've gotten the paper. Obviously, the headline is pretty big. Man murdered in Hawthorne. I mean, it's not a headline you see every day here in this town. You read the article. What's your reaction?
Mildly concerned. Like, murders just don't often happen. And he's wondering, I don't know, this is a quiet town. Wondering how the police are going to handle it mostly.
And as you're outside, maybe did you just like get out of bed and you're out in your robe, or how are you dressed? Did you put on the pants?
Probably early riser. He's like he's not somewhat recently out of the military, so he's probably early riser, ready to go. Probably getting ready for work.
As you're about to go back inside, you see a familiar person coming down the sidewalk to your house. It is your friend and employer, Benny Hidalgo.
You might have to move the map, by the way, because
Yeah, we're still on Jay.
My bad, I forgot to move us over. There we go.
Yeah.
All good.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's him.
Heyo.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, always speak up if that happens, because otherwise I won't know. I do that a lot.
Shampoo.
So
He doesn't come by every day.
no. Normally he just waits and if he sees you at the shop or something like that. So it's. I mean, he's been over to your house before. Sometimes he's dropped you off, etc. This is the first time he's ever walked over to your house.
Right.
And he's walking pretty quickly, but he gets over, sees that you're already up and that you're holding the paper, and he's like, "Oh, you've already read about that poor man."
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Hidalgo.
Good morning. It's good to see you, my boy. It's good to see you. I rushed over here as soon as I read the news and I saw it was on the south side. I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
No, that's kind of you, sir. I'm all right.
Well, it's not entirely altruistic. My car also broke down about 2 blocks. And he kind of laughs and points north down the street.
I'm telling you to bring it in.
My pal.
I may have to requisition you to come down there and look at it with me. Otherwise, it's just sitting in the street right now. But I was driving down here to make sure that you were okay.
All right, give me a few minutes. I'll grab my tools.
Yeah, and while you're grabbing your tools, he kind of comes up on your porch, so he's kind of shouting into the house so he can still talk to you.
No, he can come in. He's
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He'll come into the house. And he shuts the door behind him. Goes, don't worry about going into work today. There's some kind of gas leak down there. The fire department called me last night. They don't know where it's coming from. They were going to track it down this morning, so it's not entirely safe right now. So yeah, enjoy the day off.
I will. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. And then we'll see if we can open back up in the morning.
Yeah, it hasn't been quite so busy recently, so I guess it's for the best.
Yeah. Although I don't anticipate there's going to be a lot of people out on the streets today or tonight after the news. If they do, they're probably going to church, I would imagine, or maybe
No,
get a drink.
You've lived here longer than me. How often does this sort of thing happen?
Well, I mean, it's like any other town. Occasionally somebody dies, but it's usually car accident, accidental drowning, getting caught in the gears of a combine down at the factory. I mean, any number of things that are, understandable. Things happen. This though, guys just getting murdered on the south side. I mean, yeah, occasionally somebody gets beaten up. You know how it is on the south side. They're down there, on their way down to the red light district looking for whatever, drugs, prostitutes, whatever. Occasionally a guy gets stabbed or something, but not killed. I mean, it draws a lot of heat.
It's certainly something to think about, that's for sure.
Well, let's have you come down and look at my car.
Of course. Let's go.
Yeah. So you guys walk a couple of blocks north. Again, it's just like you said. There's not a lot of traffic on the road right now. Normally there's a lot more traffic. People going to and from work. This morning maybe people are deciding to stay closer to their families. So you get to his car. He's already got the hood up. It's a 1967. It's a new car. It's a Chrysler Cordoba. Rich Corinthian leather. Go ahead and give me a auto repair.
Or mechanical repair, you mean?
Well, you have a speciality for auto repair at the top. I don't know why that was there, because I always thought it was just covered under I was just going to assume it was covered under mechanical repair, but you have one up there. It's like 20 or something like that.
Oh, that's weird. I would have put more points into that if I knew that, because I have mechanical repair and auto and electrical repair at 50.
Okay, if you didn't mean to put those points into that, you could say that like they were put into your mechanical skill, or if you wanted to, that's fine.
Now is the time to change stuff.
Well, let's just give it a whirl. See if it's something I can fix with just my tools at hand.
Well, in that case, use a mechanical repair roll. We'll see if you can actually determine what's going on here with this car.
First roll. Here we go.
Ooh.
It's hard to see, really. It's hard to tell because the engine's very dirty.
Well,
even for a new car, it's very dirty. You've talked to Benny about this before, like Benny, let me clean it every now and then. But Benny, even though he owns a shop, he's kind of lazy sometimes.
I think since this is my boss and I want to impress him, I'll use some luck points. I'll use the 8 luck points necessary.
Okay, all right. So you spend 8 luck. Go ahead and remove the 8 luck. You won't need them, don't worry. Off of your luck total.
Character.
So 65 to I think 57.
No, you're looking for to get at least a 50, so you don't have to spend 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or how much? I mean, how much are you
That
wanting?
was it. Yeah. No,
Okay.
I spent 8 luck points. I mean, my starting luck was 65.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Luck
All right.
points to go down to 57. So I'll use the 8 necessary.
And if you click on your token there, you should see that you've got that number on the left. It's just like
that's luck, and I see. That's pretty.
yeah.
clever.
You've got your HP, you've got your luck, and then you've got your move speed and the blue
Nice.
circle. And that goes for all of you. So yeah, you're able to see. It looks like his distributor cap has come loose and it needs to be cleaned.
I tell you, these American cars are getting cheaper every year.
It's a Chevy, my boy. And when he says Chevy, you realize he's actually bought a Chrysler and he doesn't.
Yep.
But you don't correct him, maybe, because he's.
Yep. It's all right. Well, I'll drive down to the shop. Well, I can't today, actually.
Yeah. You did say you were getting your tools. So you've diagnosed the problem.
Well, if his shop's open, I could drive him to the shop. We can get a new one.
Yeah, but remember he told you there's a gas leak at the shop.
At the auto repair shop?
Oh,
or
no.
at his store?
No, that's right. He sells auto parts at his own store. You're right. Yeah, in that case, you could probably drive him in and get the distributor cap or the replacement that he needs, and then get it fixed up.
Yep. Probably.
Okay.
I guess spend part of my morning doing that.
All right. So next we'll go to. Next, we're gonna go to Eleanor's house.
Hell yeah.
All right. Let me find some music here. Might be appropriate. Let's see.
Oh no.
No, that's not appropriate for somebody.
That
Wow.
that
That
felt
was
like
an interesting response to music.
That is also not a. What about this? Let's see.
feels like we want to listen to like a JoJo episode.
That's not
Mhm.
horrible.
That's elevator music.
It is a little elevatory. All right, so
Love it time.
Catherine, you've brought the paper in this morning, and you were the first one to read what was going on. We'll say that what did you call him, Lord Cracklestein? What was his name?
Cornwall.
Dog.
The dog has his own token.
Oh,
You,
I love them.
you loaded the dog in. What? I have to adjust it now. God damn it, George.
What did you say his name was?
Cornwall.
Cornwall. Okay, yeah. So Cornwall follows you out. Maybe does a little piddle in the yard. That
Don't pee on my
does.
lawn.
Beautiful.
So Catherine, you're the first to read about the murder that happened last night. And you've got the paper. What do you want to do? The kids are off at school. You've already dropped the kids off at school, and Eleanor's husband Michael has already gone off to work. It's just the two of you there at the house.
I'll tisk and roll my eyes at the news, knowing that the local police will probably do jack shit about it. That seems to be their trend with shit, is not doing shit about it. And I'll bring the paper in after my good little boy is done with his tinkle.
Okay.
And
All right,
I'll
so
hand off the paper to the lady of the house.
Yeah, Cornwall chases after you, being annoying like a corgi would.
No.
I feel like now it's just George's bias against corgis.
On their tiny little, almost non-existent legs.
How dare you?
Okay, I'm convinced that George is trying to be Ron Swanson. Get yourself a proper dog. Any
Yeah.
dog less than 50 pounds is a cat, and cats are
I'm
pointless.
sorry, but corgis are herding and hunting dogs.
I've nothing.
Like in Europe.
I literally have nothing against corgis.
Then why does he?
I mean,
Okay,
there is
can I
evidence to
ask
the
then?
contrary.
Can I ask why you're making this dog sound like a living monster?
Because they are.
They are.
They don't-
There is evidence to the contrary.
They're like wiener dogs with like a thicker coat. All right.
And they're
So,
louder.
so yeah, Lord Piddles follows you inside. Yeah, what do you do? Do you hand Eleanor the paper? What are you doing this morning?
Eleanor is also going to be sitting at the kitchen table, drinking her coffee, full face of makeup, hair already done, already dressed.
Is she just hanging out? It's like smoking a cigarette or anything?
No, she doesn't smoke.
Okay. She
I
has.
do hand off the paper to her,
Okay.
and I say, "Well, that's a ripe of bad news for someone.
What does it say? Oh, wait,
Someone
There's-
died."
that's not good. Do you drop the kids off at school, right? They're all right, right?
Of course, they're at school. Do not worry, dear.
Okay, maybe I don't know when did this happen? Hold on, let me read that.
It looks like it happened last night.
All right. Oh, okay. It didn't happen in the side of town. Good. All right. I was about to have to call up my friends. All right. Well, maybe we should. I don't know. We should definitely pick up the children after school. I feel like I don't know. I don't want them walking home if
Oh, no,
something's
I was gonna
happening.
Pick them up anyways. You know I always pick them up, correct?
Of course. You know that I worry.
I know you do. You're very protective of a mother. It's respectable.
That's why you hired a nanny to watch them, raise them, basically.
Here, I should
But what
probably
respectable nanny too.
maybe
Oh, you're breaking up there, Kelsey.
she knows something, or I don't know. Maybe May will know something. She always knows things.
You in fact, you would know, Eleanor, that you're going to see May a little later today. The Hawthorne Ladies Committee is set to have their on Mondays. They always have cosmopolitans over at Manning's
Oh, okay.
as they discuss the town news and any upcoming events that needs to be that people need to start planning for, etc. So you know that you'll be seeing May probably around 11:30.
I'm sure all the ladies will be talking about it. It'll be the talk of the town for a while.
I'm sure. Dreadful topic, but of course everyone will certainly be talking about it. I'm sure they'll know more. Maybe I should call Anne, though. She'll definitely know something, and it would be nice to know before I head over something to tell. That she'll be working. I forget it's Monday, of course. Days of the week blur together when you're not doing anything.
I understand, ma'am.
All right. So we're gonna switch from you
Want me
guys.
to refill your coffee?
Oh,
Yes, please. Also, I need to clean the table. I just really need to right now.
Yes, I understand.
it's
Refill her coffee.
it's only 8
Select
a.m.
a shot of something.
It's only 8 a.m. In the morning, Eleanor, but God knows how many germs crawled up on this table.
I know, right? The kids probably ate there, and they're probably full of them.
Yeah, the kids ate there this morning, and who knows? Who knows what's on this table right now?
Oh, yeah. Everything's getting disinfected, like, immediately.
2 shots of vodka.
Put a dash of coffee in your or a cup of vodka in the morning.
All right, so you
Called a
start
Russian cock, excuse you.
you start cleaning your dining room table, and Lord Wigglesworth here just kind of cocks his head and.
I love how we're not even going to refer to the dog by his established name.
I don't think he's going to be a key character in the story.
No,
To
they're
be
not going to put that
honest.
lot in the story.
Something tells me this dog is very short-lived.
Oh, this dog could wind up playing a very big part in the story.
Oh,
He
okay.
By the end of the session, we'll be naming him Corn
He's
Pop.
just a good boy who deserves belly rubs and a tweet, don't you?
dog
Yeah,
that-
George is going to shoot him now.
Yeah, that dog's gonna get eaten by an eldritch horror.
Yeah, there's gonna be tentacles coming out of this dog's butt by the end of the episode. All right, we're gonna go from there over to Guy's house, where Guy and his live-in girlfriend Catherine Harrison, who is the town's public defender, pardon me, have just rolled out of a bed after a night of substandard gentle lovemaking.
I feel like this is George's way of attacking my character.
You used a serial killer as your character art, Neil.
I was going for a Mike from Red Letter Media feel, but...
I will always point out how much... Why didn't you just use Mike from Red Letter Media?
Because you said it to be very specific!
I am just going to continually point out how much of a chode your character looks like. All right. So, Guy, as you finally get yourself out of bed, Bandit brings in your paper from the front.
Oh, what a
Damn.
good boy.
Damn,
Yeah.
this is like the
Morgan
world's
didn't do
smartest
that.
dog.
And Catherine is making pancakes and bacon strips in the kitchen.
Okay, I read the paper. Wow. Oh god, there was a murder.
Way to sell it. Way to sell it, Neil. All right.
It's accurate. It's accurate. I mean,
And so Catherine walks out of the kitchen.
Holy shit! There was a murder last night.
So Catherine walks out of the kitchen, wearing one of your shirts, and a little pancake batter on the corner of her mouth, like she was like some of it splattered up on her when she was making pancakes. And she said, "Is it anyone we know? What happened? What does the paper say?"
No, looks like he was murdered in the red light district.
Oh well, I guess it's just a matter of time. Most of the violence we have comes from there, the south side. So
Hopefully they get him. Well, I gotta
yeah.
go. I love how like we're trying to sell this.
Well, I mean, I'm actually trying. One of us is trying.
I am.
All right, so yeah, as you casually talk about murder, Bandit kind of cocks his head to the side too, and
Need to go out, Bandit.
and Bandit, gives you a look like I literally just brought the paper into you. I'm pretty sure if I needed to, I could go out myself.
That's fair.
Dog is the most capable person in this house.
You designed the house. You probably made like the best doggy door in town.
The dog is actually the one making pancakes.
Yeah.
The just over there helping.
Catherine is just watching the dog cook.
Single-handedly holding their lives together.
Yep, that's right.
All right. And then Catherine reminds you that she's going to go visit the Hawthorne's ladies committee today at Manning's, and she invites you along because in a town like this, you'll eventually see somebody there. She's like, so I'm going to go in there and talk to these ladies. They want me to speak at a symposium next week. So why don't we both go, and then we'll figure out what we can do later today.
That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Fantastic. That I love it when a plan comes together. That's wonderful.
Beautiful.
All right. So we're gonna go from there now to St. Anne's Church.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any St. Anne's music. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's right.
I could just let me see. I guess we'll just keep playing our theme music. Actually, this is
Okay.
appropriate for this coming scene.
Oh boy,
Ooh. Okay.
So
We gotta refresh the screen.
Switch it.
Okay.
Jordan,
hang on,
Switch it.
I'm getting up there. I'm getting. I can only do one
He
thing at
told us
once.
to tell
we're
you.
just making.
I know.
I haven't moved yet. I'm in the process. My God. All
We're
right.
keeping you in check, old man.
God damn.
I'm totally
All right.
dying tonight.
I was gonna say you just got marked for death right there.
I don't know about tonight, but I mean, at some point, maybe. Yeah. I mean, if it comes down between you and any of the other characters, yeah, I would definitely pick you at this point.
Okay.
All right. So, Father Dan,
Mm-hmm.
you wake up in the morning and you've pulled the paper from the front. You've read the news.
Yep.
It didn't give a name, so I mean, you know most of the people in town,
Mm-hmm.
but you didn't see any names that you recognize.
Right.
But after you're done reading the paper, you notice that Father Dan,
You mean Father Colin?
or I'm sorry, Father Colin. Yeah, Father Colin, part of the McMaster's family, is sitting in the front pew of the
Mhm.
church. And he looks visibly shaken. He looks pale as a sheet.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just sort of sitting there staring ahead, looking like he's received awful news or something. He's very visibly affected.
So I'm going to approach him and says, "Oh, excuse me, Father.
Yes.
we gotta prepare for morning mass this morning.
I won't be able to, Father. I just
Oh.
I can't today.
Is there anything wrong? Did you get enough sleep? You look like you look tired. I mean, did you get enough sleep last night?
I didn't sleep a wink.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
And you can smell the liquor on his breath now.
Uh-huh. And he says, okay. Is there anything you want me to discuss? We have to discuss anything like that? Or, I mean, beforehand? I mean,
Now,
we
you've
can do that
seen
later?
you've seen him drunk before
Oh, yeah.
many times,
Oh, yes.
but he's never been like this,
Mm-hmm.
where it looks like something has rattled him to his core.
Right. And so I'm kind of like, do you think, you wanted to, is there something wrong? I mean, maybe we could, if you want to discuss something, talk about it or something like this before I start preparing. I mean, we can.
And he just kind of looks at you now with red, bloodshot eyes.
Uh-huh.
A man was murdered last night, Dan.
Oh, you read the paper. Oh, yeah.
No, Dan, I didn't read the paper. I saw it.
Oh. What? Well, what? So he looks around and says, "Well, what happened?"
I was on the south side. I go down there from time to time to check on people we haven't seen at the church for a while.
And Father Dan nods, like knowing full well exactly what he's actually going there for, but he won't say anything. Like, okay. Yeah, I don't need to know the specifics yet. But
There was only a handful of people on the street. It was close to 1 a.m. I was already deciding I needed to head back home, maybe because we have mass today and I had things to prepare for. But that's when I heard the screams. That's when I heard the screams, Dan. It sounded like somebody being torn apart while they were still alive. And I saw a woman. I saw a pretty woman with blonde hair, perhaps one of the prostitutes that. There's so many wayward souls on the south side there coming out of the red light district, Dan.
you mean like an animal attack?
It sounded like an animal. I heard it growling, Dan. But it walked like a man. What I saw coming out of that alley walked like a man, Dan.
Okay, and Father Dan's like, "Can I? I want to know if he's like, maybe because this doesn't sound like it's making sense. That there's something I can kind of tell if this is something. I don't know if there's some way I can tell, like if he's, if he's sincere about this or something.
Yeah, you can make a psychology check. Click verbose at the top of your page.
Sure.
For the skills, and then make me a psychology check.
Okay, verbose is already second. Yeah, because I'm kind of thinking this sounds kind of weird. Ooh, yeah.
You've never seen him like this, and he's horribly shaken. Like you've literally never seen him this upset before. Normally he's kind of cocky, self-assured, a little devil may care. You've never seen the man like this. It's probably hard to read him.
Yeah, he's like, well, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I mean, you're gonna have to seem confused. You're saying there's an animal, and that this thing, it was walked like on legs. I mean,
it walked like a man, but it was dark. I mostly saw just shadows from the street light illuminating against a brick wall. But whoever it was, it had horns like the devil, Dan. Horns like the devil, big curly horns, covered in fur with cloven hooves. It's not possible. How did I see something like that?
Whoa! Hold down. I mean, we know now. I know. He says, okay, so it could have been somebody dressed in a costume or something, perhaps. I mean, it sounds kind of mean because. Oh.
And he thinks about what you're saying for a moment. Kind of looks at the floor, looking down at his shoes, and then looks back up at you. And goes, "Yeah, that would make maybe it was somebody wearing a costume, but whoever it was, they murdered that poor man, Dan. It was like he was eating him."
Oh, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. That's excuse me. Wait, but did you see who the person was? Did you know did you recognize?
I didn't recognize him. I didn't recognize him or the blonde whore running down the street away from it all. Maybe she saw something. I don't know. I didn't know who she was either.
Wait a minute. But you don't know who the person who was killed. I mean, but you.
No, I don't. I'd never.
Okay.
I'd never seen him before.
Wow. Well, let's see. Okay. Well, I guess maybe. Okay. Well, maybe you should. I think. Well, I guess if you feel like you're not going to say mass, I'll let you rest and stuff. If you want, I could try to find out a little bit more about this. I mean, just out of curiosity, I will obviously won't say, your name or anything like this. I could, of course, but,
I don't know if I want to ever hear about it. It's like the devil himself was walking the streets, and that blonde whore, she didn't seem too terrified by it.
Okay. I think okay. All right. Oh, I think. Come on, Aces. You need to take I guess you think you need to take a rest now. I said, come on, I'll help you out. I'll help you out. Come on. And he said to takes him by the shoulder and says, come on, I'll take you back to your room.
Yes. I think that's best.
Okay.
I think that's best, Dan. Thank you.
All right. So he leads him back to where his place in the rectory thing, and make sure he goes to sleep and everything, and he tucks it, and then he closes the door quietly and he starts preparing for more mass. All the while thinking, it's like, okay, wait a minute, weird story that he's saying. He's thinking maybe he was drunk when he saw this, and maybe he's like, so he's gonna go back to start preparing her like this, maybe do some contemplating, but he's gonna look back at the paper again, and he sees that the name of this Sheriff Merritt Winslow on here, and he's thinking, do I really want to get involved? Do you really want to ask about this? Because this sounds kind of strange. But he does know. Maybe he can see. But he's thinking, no, I don't. Oh, I know who do. And he thinks of that. He vaguely remembers that there was a guy that he's met on the force one time, back when he was on a previous, when he was checking out. Was basically doing it during bird investigation. He thinks if there's this JJ guy, he's started thinking maybe I can talk to him about this and not reveal too many details. Maybe that's okay. So he's thinking I'll do that after he does this gonna say morning mass and see who prepare and everything. Like, so he starts getting ready and wait for all for the older boys in the congregation to come in, whatever small congregation that comes in, because it's morning mass. Not many people show up compared to Sunday, so that's what he's gonna resolve to do. So.
All right. So Father Dan's getting ready for mass.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna fast forward a little bit to later in the day. Mass has already gone down. You try to make a call over to JJ. It's probably straight up like around noon right now. JJ, do you answer the phone as the phone goes off at your?
Yeah, that's how the bills come in. I'll
We'll say that by now you're at your office. So Father Dan's calling over to your office.
I'll stretch for a second and pick up the phone. Hello?
Hello, JJ. JJ. I'm not sure if you remember me. My name is Father Dan Fitzpatrick over here at St. Anne's. I think we may have met once or twice in the past.
Think for a second. Say yes, Father Fitzpatrick. It's good to hear from you.
Yes. I was wondering if I could come swing by your office. If you're free. There's something I personal matter I kind of wish to discuss with you. It's probably, I think it's maybe considered important. I mean, just I don't know, and I'm not sure if I wanted to talk to the authorities about this necessarily like this. I mean, but I just want to make sure, beforehand.
I'll take a glance at my my current cases and see the small size and say, yeah, just come on by. When can I expect you?
Probably within the hour. I don't think I have anything else that's pressing matters yet today. I mean, no, parish functions, stuff like that. Yeah, if that's okay with you.
Yeah. Do you know where the office is?
I believe so. I mean, let me see. Hold on. Let me look up at the phone book here.
On page 87.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, right here under. Oh, yes, in the J section, of course.
There you go.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I see your address here. Yes, I think I can. I'll drop by. Yeah.
Sounds great. I'll see you in the hour.
Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. And while that's going on, we're gonna shift over to. Hang on here. Let me make sure this is ready. Jay is not there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're gonna shift over to Manning's. where the Hawthorne Ladies Committee is meeting and where Guy and Catherine have stopped in.
Is Eleanor already there?
Yeah. Making sure I got everything ready over there. There you go. Let's shift our music away from this.
It's very ominous.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Let's see.
To be fair, Guy looks like a character who you would have horror music playing over. So.
Yeah, he looks like a serial killer. Wonder about that, huh?
Yeah, maybe. Alright.
We should take this opportunity to say, since Junie's going to throw this on YouTube, that all this music is by
Copyright free.
it's through Incompetech, Kevin McLeod.
Mm-hmm.
It's all very good.
Please don't demonetize us.
Good, we love it. Yes, please don't demonetize me. I did nothing wrong.
All
This
right.
is good stuff. It's I think it's copyright free.
Go algorithm.
So Catherine, she's had a drink with you, Guy, but then she excuses herself to go over and speak with the ladies' auxiliary.
Are there two Catherines? Hold on.
Yeah, Catherine. It's
Okay.
Catherine with a K and then Catherine with a C.
Okay.
And Catherine with a C, as she is not a part of the Hawthorne Ladies Committee, comes over to talk to Guy, who drinks with Catherine or Catherine and Catherine drink with Guy. They all three drink together sometimes. There we go.
Yeah.
Also, Catherine is going to come over to the ladies group, and Eleanor's immediately going to go, Catherine, it's so good to see you. Have you heard the news?
Yes. No, I heard about it this morning. That's so distressing. Have we heard anything new? Do the police have any leads? Has anyone heard any gossip?
We were just discussing it, and no one seems to have heard anything, but we're going to be looking into it.
Well, it's very concerning.
I almost said thieves. Like, Guy will remember this.
And as she's sitting down, a very, very beautiful young woman steps out from behind the bar to come over and hand Catherine a Cosmopolitan, which is a signature drink of the Hawthorne Ladies Committee.
Ooh.
And then she returns back, and Catherine begins sipping on her Cosmopolitans. The rest of you already have them. Sitting with you are members of the Danforth and McMaster's family, as well as May Wallace, the wife of the mayor here in Hawthorne. She's the president of the Hawthorne Ladies Committee, and you are the vice president.
Do we get along, or is it like I want her position kind of thing?
Typically everybody gets along, but I mean, there's always people are always looking for a chance to move up socially.
Fair. Okay.
So every now it's like pigeons. The moment somebody shows weakness,
Yeah.
the other pigeons may swoop in.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
I want nothing to do with this group, so I always pick the guy because he always shows up.
Rather get into a gunfight than chat with some.
Yes.
I'd rather fuck shit up.
So May looks across at you and goes, ladies, I wouldn't worry too much. I'm sure Sheriff Winslow and his department will get to the bottom of it sooner. I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of these transient hobos, or a hophead, or a pill.
Even
pill
worse,
popper
though.
from the
I'm
south.
scared to let the children play outside.
Oh, I would think anywhere in the northern part of town is fine. Certainly the park. We have a lovely park. The park's safe for the children.
Me too.
I don't think anything like that would happen on the north side. All of this unpleasantness is always south of the bridge.
I know that stuff could never happen around here, but
For the children.
And Abigail sitting next to you. Abigail has a 3-year-old little girl named Beth.
Mhm.
She's married to a man named Brad Andrews. Abigail is actually part of the Danforth family.
okay.
But you also know, what she doesn't know, that her husband's a philanderer. Her husband runs around on her. He's kind of a cad. But she looks over at May as well and says, I'm equally distressed like Eleanor here. I have my own daughter to think about. This is all very unsettling.
Does May have any kids?
May, yeah, she does, but they're young adults and they're grown and they don't live in Hawthorne. They're like in their early 20s, but they stayed in the towns where her and she has like a son and a daughter, and they're both up in Providence.
Okay.
Because they both went to Brown.
Eleanor's gonna go, well, May, you remember when you had children? It's worrying sometimes.
Yes, but they
I'm
were,
gonna sip my Cosmopolitan.
yes, but they were always with their nanny, and so we weren't ever too worried.
All right, having a nanny has been such a load off, I must admit. But anyway,
And Abigail kind of makes a quizzical look, but then she just sort of sips her cosmopolitan. You know that she doesn't have a nanny. How old school? How thoroughly unmodern. So the rest of you continue to talk about Catherine. You've asked her to speak at the symposium that you're going to have next week at the town square.
okay.
About helping the lower class pull themselves up. You know, she's the town's public defender, so you know she does everything that she does. You know, defending.
You must
people
work with his people all the time.
What people, Miss?
Oh,
Miss
know,
Kane?
those less fortunate.
Well, I do. There's a lot of people who haven't made it as well as others in town, and of course, you know, she says that kind of awkwardly because she's sitting with members of two of the wealthiest families in town. But she goes, but we do what we can, and I especially do what I can to make sure that the wheels of justice turn here in Hawk, and do so in a fair way.
Guy nods.
Guy's not part of this. Guy's across the bar with Catherine.
His nod is unrelated.
In
Eleanor's
fact,
gonna nod really knowingly.
in fact,
you can smell it in the air.
we'll go over to Catherine and Guy now, as they're talking at the bar with the bartender Bruce. And Bruce says, "Yeah, you two read about that in the paper this morning. Ugh, full. Anybody know who it was?"
No
Good
clue.
idea.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Honestly,
were
I
you
would
saying something, Catherine?
I'd honestly be surprised if they actually solved this and just blame some homo on it, like they always do.
Not to say, this kind of case gets swept under the rug pretty easily, especially when it happens on the south side.
Yeah. So I'm not letting it bother me. It happened. I'll keep the kids. I'll keep an eye on the kids extra for about a week to calm the lady of the house down, and then everything will be back to normal.
Regardless, just watch your backs, huh? I mean, if we've got I don't know if we got one of these serial types, you know. I mean, it's not unknown in the Northeast. Maybe it's Rhode Island's turn. I don't know. Haven't heard anything, but yeah, just be careful.
I don't think we have one of those serial types.
And his.
I don't know.
And his-
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, it could happen. There's a small chance, but it could happen. Anything's possible these days.
So his sister, who you know works at the bar sometimes for her brother, she kind of brings herself into the conversation and leans in and says, "I bet it's somebody who got worked up on all that heroin the Chinese are pushing on the south side."
I nod softly to this.
Yeah.
Guy
And she's
shrugs.
like,
Guy
and she's like-
shrugs.
And she kind of holds her hands up because I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying it, you know, whoever did this was Chinese. I'm just saying they push a lot of age down there. Maybe somebody freaked out.
I'm glad Eleanor's not the most bigoted one in this group.
Well, no, I mean, okay,
Right?
so she's not actually being. She's just bringing up the fact that like they sell a lot of heroin in the area where that guy got murdered, and maybe somebody who was on the heroin, you know, that
The
they
heroin?
sell the
One little
heroin,
cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
you know. Yeah, maybe somebody flipped. You know, that's all she's saying. She's not blaming it on. It's not like
One of those
Well,
Chinese.
Listen, these were different times back then in the 60s.
Yeah, it's not like a yellow
It was a
panic
different
thing.
time.
She's just saying, you know, some of them sell heroin down there. Maybe somebody got some of that and then you know, kind of freaked out. And then her brother, you know, just kind of shrugs his shoulders. I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
Well, they met the paper mentioned Merv Edwards today. I've heard he's a good cop, so hopefully, if they do figure out who did this, they help him out, or they fix this real good.
Yeah,
Very true. Very true.
I'm not gonna hold my breath. I know how the police work around here.
I completely agree. We all know how the police work. They're gonna push us under the rug somehow and just call it a day.
Yeah, that's more than likely the case, or they'll grab somebody else up on an unrelated charge and pin it on him. I've seen it happen before.
We've all seen it happen before.
All right, and about this time during the day, Shen, you would pop into the bar. You don't have anything else better to do today. I mean, you've
My
already
day off,
fixed
yeah.
you've already fixed your boss's car. So
Guy-
Shen,
oh.
you come walking into the bar.
Guy waves and gestures for Shin to join them.
Yeah, and so Shen, what do you want to do? I don't want to.
Uh,
I don't want to speak for you.
Jen will probably, not wanting to be rude at the very least, will join him.
All right.
I'll nod my head to Shen. Be like, how are you today, Shen?
I'm well, thank you, Miss Howe.
Hmm.
Mr. McBirmingham?
Guy nods.
And Bruce looks over and goes, "Hey, Shen, what can we get you? What are you having today?"
Good afternoon, sir. Just a whiskey, please.
You don't have to call me sir. That's only my dad gets called sir. Coming right up. He turns around to pour you a whiskey, and he's like, 1 finger, 2 fingers. What do you want?
2 fingers.
He comes back over and slides it across the bar to you, while Heather moves out from across the bar to go over and check on the ladies' committee to see if they need more cosmopolitans or complimentary clam chowder.
I find Shen's referring to people as Mr. and Mrs. and ma'am and sir very respectful. Reminds me of home.
Hey, Shen's probably has a reputation for just being very formal, very sort of stiff with people.
So Bruce kind of looks across at you as you're drinking and goes, Shen, you live on the south side. What do you think about all this? You think it was somebody hopped up on H?
He'll contemplate quietly for a few seconds as he takes a sip of his drink and say, perhaps it's not unheard of.
Well, just be careful down there, you know.
Of course.
You packing?
In my car, yes.
All right, good. Yeah. All right, then. Well, we don't have to worry about Shen. and he kind of winks and smiles at you, like, you know, he figures you can take care of yourself. He knows you were in the war.
Yep.
Oh, I thought it meant we don't have to worry about him being the killer.
What were you doing last night? Murdering some dude? What about you?
No. He said, you packing? And he goes, yeah, I got one in my car. And he goes, okay, well, yeah,
Yep.
you're good then. We don't have to worry about you. You know?
Yep. He is armed. Yeah, he does have his pistol in his car.
All right.
I do think it'll be like it turns out eventually. Oh, Shen's the murderer. Oh shit.
Oh no!
And so, Eleanor, while you're busy talking with the ladies' committee, Abigail brings up some new business. May says, "Does anyone have any new business?" And Abigail brings up, "Has anyone heard about Clark Evans?"
No, what about?
Well, he's friends with some of the kids up at the college, and I think Duncan and Sally and Ted Calloway. I've seen them from time to time. They come into Lily's store sometimes for, you know, they're shopping for clothes and things. And you would know she's talking about Lily Hamilton, who's part of the McMaster's family.
Okay.
She owns a dress shop she owns a clothing shop in town.
Why have they been getting into trouble?
I'm not sure. I mean that Mary Alice, she's dating Clark. I don't know. She's seemed okay, but ever since she's gotten back from Europe, you know, she seems a little. She's been a year abroad, and ever since she's come back, she seems like a different person. I don't know, but
Travel will do that, though. You come back with all of these new ideas, and it takes a while to settle back into normal life.
I started thinking about it the other day, and no one's seen her boyfriend Clark for a while.
Oh.
And those other folks she hangs out with, I can't remember seeing. I mean, normally I see them on the streets. I see them at the record store. I see them at the pizza place. Where, you know, you run into them a lot of places. You know, they're young. They're out doing a lot of stuff, but I haven't seen them in a while.
That is strange. I haven't really thought about it much.
I see their friend Eli sometimes. You know, the tall, lanky boy.
Oh, yes, I've seen him around.
Yeah, I've seen him sometimes, but I don't know. I haven't seen the others. I see Mary Alice now and then, but I don't see the rest of them.
And you know they're still in town? I know they're in college. Maybe they've gone away and done other things.
I'm not sure. I mean, I guess I could ask, but I guess I'll ask Eli next time I see him. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, who's Eli's mother? Maybe I could talk to her, see what's going on.
Oh, I don't.
There might be something going on.
He's not a local. He's from one of the surrounding
Oh,
towns. He moved here
that's right.
when he was a freshman. I think he worked for. I think he. And she looks over at Catherine. I think he worked for Guy for a while. Catherine. And Catherine says, "Yeah, yeah, no, Eli, dark hair, kind of scarecrow looking. Yeah, no, he worked for Guy for a little while. Yeah."
Was he the ones who helped build my house? No, that would have been too long ago. I take that back.
I don't know. And Catherine looks. She goes, I don't know for sure. I mean, if you want to learn more, you can maybe ask Guy. He knows more about his stuff than I. I'm busy, with court most of the time. But I just know that Eli worked for him.
Eleanor will nod. I'll definitely ask him. Definitely interesting, though. We'll have to keep an eye out, though. I'll admit I'm normally I'm so busy with the kids. I never really notice those things, but definitely strange.
Abigail nods because I didn't really think about it too much until early this morning after I read the paper. I started thinking, well, are these people missing? Should we be worried? And then
I hadn't even thought.
And then Patience kind of sits across the table from her. Patience kind of nods because that Mary Alice, she's a little weird. Yeah, if you ask me. She used to be such a wonderful, bright, approachable girl back when she was in the state or the city college here. But she, since she's gotten back from Europe, she's just really, I don't know.
Maybe she just needs someone to take her under their wing,
She's like one of these free spirits, if you catch my meaning. Just maybe a little too free. For my liking, maybe. I don't know how to properly say it, maybe.
Eleanor's gonna nod knowingly.
Or at least she gives off that kind of vibe. I don't know. There's just something off about her. And then Charity speaks up next to her. She goes, yeah, my sister's right, I think, about her being a little weird. I saw her, and she kind of leans in now to everybody at the table while, she kind of takes another sip off her Cosmopolitan. I saw her going into that witchcraft store.
Eleanor's eyebrows are gonna go straight up, and she's gonna sip her drink.
Yeah. I don't know what she was doing in there, but if you ask me, probably up to no good being in that place. And all the other ladies, except Catherine. Catherine doesn't do this, but all the other ladies at the table, they just kind of nod. And you see Heather kind of roll her eyes and just kind of go back behind the bar.
Oh, no.
But yeah, you know exactly who they're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been into that store before.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, they're all kind of, and they all look kind of like, low key happy with themselves, like like they're feeling superior to the witch lady that owns the
that weird witch lady. Yes.
Yeah, and you would know that that they would love nothing more than for the occult bookstore to be driven out of town. But at the same time, since it's on the south side, they're a little more willing to it's out of sight, out of mind. It's not anything they're going to see unless they're down there by City Hall for some reason.
So they're all gonna keep chatting away. I don't want to hog everything.
Yeah, they just
going up there.
Yeah, they just keep talking, and they go back now to talking to Catherine about what she intends to say in her speech, at the symposium.
Eleanor's just gonna anything to do with that store. She's gonna deflect because she knows she's been in there and does not want them to know.
Okay.
I'm probably sure, around this time. Is it time for me to pick up the kids?
No, it's not. It's not 3:00 yet.
Cool.
Were you having a beer and then going to go pick
Yeah, right.
It was a different time.
Average Monday.
It's 1967, man.
Yep.
Wow, Mr. DD.
It was a very different time. All right,
seatbelts. I get to drink before I go drive.
All right, so we're gonna shift. Hang on, I've got to set this up real quick. We're gonna shift and not burp.
That was beautiful.
Not
Thank
so
you.
much. Not so much. All right, hang on. We're gonna shift here. Oh no, I've got to make sure everybody's the right size. I can't have somebody be a giant. That's
I'm
gonna.
Okay.
sorry, I started
Oh,
humming
it's in the foreground,
popular
is all.
when you guys talked about the people less fortunate than you. I was like, yes, this was the song for this group.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna shift over to Jay's office.
Nice.
Okay.
This is exactly what I would picture.
Mhm.
A private eye's office in the 1960s.
We're gonna shift over to Jay's office. Let me see if I've got any cool. Yeah, this is good. All right, so Father Dan, you come into Jay's office. Jay, you're just kicked back, in your desk before Father Dan comes there. You're maybe thinking about this whole thing again with the murder, and how badly it shook your former partner.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's definitely piqued my interest in the worst way. But,
All right,
I'm
so
all right. I'm moving on to something else. Like, thank goodness,
Mhm.
gotta get distracted.
so the knock comes at your door. What do you do?
Get up and open it up.
And there's Father Dan. And you remember Father Dan from back when you're on the force. He got called out sometimes, to deliver the last rites to someone who was dying. Most of the time on the force, like you would kind of arrive at the same place at the same time, like the fire department would be, because it'd be pretty routine for for the cops to be called out at the same time, just in case something illegal was happening.
Yeah.
So you've met him a few times, delivering the last rites to unfortunate, usually old people, old people whose this time has come. But you've seen him, comfort the dying before.
Father, pleasure to
Oh,
see you again. I'll shake his hand.
yeah. Shake twice, and then I says, "Oh, mind if I sit down just to
Yeah,
second?"
yeah.
You notice, by the way, he's holding on to a cane, like a walking cane. And he's kind of favoring his right side a little bit. Um, I'm sorry to oppose.
It's fine.
Yeah, if side sometimes cramps up a little bit.
Yeah, I'll let him go sit down in the nice customer chair, and I'll sit down in front of the desk and say, "So, what do you have in mind? What's been going on?" Please
well.
call me JJ.
Oh, okay, sure, JJ. As long as you call me Father Fitz.
Father Fitz.
Father Fitz. Yeah, that's although they don't call me. I mean, although I don't prefer to be called what I used to be called back in Korea, which was side meat.
Holy shit.
Damn.
We'll,
Good old side meat.
Side meat. Yes.
we'll stick with Father.
Inside joke.
Yes.
But yeah. Did you? Well, the reason I came here today was it's a little bit it's been a serious matter. You've read the paper this morning, I imagine.
I'll just kind of nod a little bit, a bit of a grim look as I glance. I still got that rolled up paper, hoping to read some other things in there. But I'll say, yeah, I gave a bit of a look through. It's some grim stuff.
Yeah. So the thing is, this is kind of a little bit of a difficult. What what would you know? I mean, do you know much about what happened? Everything. I'm sure you still keep in touch with friends on the police force, right?
I know a thing or two. I typically have some people that I always keep in touch with. I heard it was pretty gruesome, more so than the paper implies.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't necessarily. This is something I wanted to talk to you about because I'm not sure if I'm because from the time you were on the police force, you seemed like a person who you seemed like a man of integrity, if you don't mind my saying so, and you also seem to have, shall I say, kept an open mind and a little bit of an imagination. Sometimes that's kind of important. I find, you know,
Mm-hmm.
although maybe a little bit unorthodox at times, but well, let me
You're
just
right.
get right out and say it. Um, I think I may have information about what happened.
Hmm. Interesting.
And and the thing is, I can't, of course, obviously say how I came by this information, but needless to say, I don't know. They don't get into specifics. I mean, did any of your folks tell you that the person in question seemed to be there was some cannibalism involved?
Cannibalism. I only heard that he was. I only heard that he was like it was more like an animal attack. Like it was something
That's
that took
what I
place.
thought as well. Except, oh, how shall I put this? JJ, when you were on the force,
Hmm.
did you ever have to deal with any kind of strange or things involving, say, of an occult nature, like something, maybe something a little bit, something like more ritualistic, or maybe could be simple of vandalism of some kind.
Most I dealt with is people saying that there were the occult and everything going around. People still hollering about Satanism and witchcraft and such, but
Okay, so
I've never seen
well,
anything like that myself.
okay, so I was kind of, as I'm telling this, I'm trying to recall information myself about things I may have read based off of the description that Father Colin gave me about what he saw. If there's anything what it might be,
I'll think for a
Mr.
second.
DM, or the keeper.
Yeah. Well, so you're wanting to know what now? You're wanting to
I'm
know.
trying to think, as I'm saying this, I'm also kind of thinking about, was based off of Father Colin's description, like what this could have been, and then they kind of based off any kind of
He
books I
said it.
might have
He
read.
said it was. He said it was big. He thought it was that it looked hairy.
Right.
He said that like he briefly saw, and then it looked like it had goat hooves.
Yeah, yeah, but I just didn't know if there was something like any literature that basically when he was said that there was kind of a call that I would have that he would have called into question, like what that could have been, like based off of
You didn't.
anything.
All you did was arrange to go to Jay's office. You didn't
Oh,
investigate or
okay, okay,
anything
never mind.
before that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
All you
So
have
then
to go on is what he told you, which was the
right.
description, and that there was a blonde whore around there
Okay,
somewhere.
so I basically says, well, this is going to be rather strange. Apparently, um, what would you say if I told you that the person who committed this murder was, it wasn't an animal, but he acted like one, maybe even dressed like one?
Definitely weird,
Um,
but doesn't sound very occult-like.
well, based on what they seem to think. Well, from what I gather,
Hmm.
this person, or not the person, but from what I can gather, it sounded like they described something on the lines of having horns and hooves, and that it was covered with hair.
Horns, hooves, and covered in hair.
Ye-
I think Jersey's missing their devil.
Uh, very
Oh,
much so. Yeah, they even called it that. Yeah, and yeah, I know it sounds a little weird and kind of nuts, but
Jay, give me a history check.
yeah.
yeah, I'd love to. History, history, history. Roll low.
Ooh,
Uh,
nice.
Ooh.
All right, go
hard,
ahead and
nearly hard success.
put a mark on history to see if you improve it at the end of the game if you live.
I
If you
Yeah.
live. But
If
you
it's
recall a lot of towns have kind of these urban legends about goat mans that live under
yeah,
the bridge.
Mothman.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Hmm. Anything for Hawthorne's urban legends?
Nothing comes across from anything from Hawthorne, but maybe you don't know. Maybe a little research. You're not sure.
Look, right now the cops are kind of looking into this, um, and honestly, based on just what I'm thinking right now, it it could be weird that it happened in the city, but it sounds like a bear and some shadows gone awry. But I'll as I say that, I'll kind of think for a moment, and
Well,
I
yeah,
get
I understand. I mean, yeah, it sounds kind of far fetched. I think it may have been somebody who was wearing some kind of a costume of some kind, maybe even a mask, something. Because I mean, but I just don't know. Maybe this is some. I mean, I wanted to swing by you because I'm not sure. I mean, um, if maybe you can maybe help to look into this a little bit because I think you know more people, and I want to kind of keep it felt like this thing could be kept on the down low as much as possible. Um,
I'll
and I also think that there may be a woman that could be in danger from this. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's all I know.
He's gonna think for a second, and you can already kind of imagine how like the police are handling this. Like, I'm pretty sure the sheriff's already like said how this is all going to happen, and someone's looking into it right now, air quotes right now, probably even Merv. And regardless of whether they find stuff or not, it's gonna say, "Oh yeah, it was some drifter. We put out a warrant, yada yada," and then that's gonna be the end of that. And I'm just thinking that like if there's someone put some effort into this, then we can figure out what happens. So Jade is gonna say, "All right, look, I know that it's obviously it honestly to me it sounds like it's just a bear, but I'm willing to look into this.
Yeah. Okay. I figured you would. I mean,
We can
yeah, and plus you could go. I think that's why I think it come one of the reasons why I came to you. I think you could go to places that normally most people can't and undo it unofficially. Essentially, I mean,
can I can see about it.
mhm.
JJ, one of the things that you would usually do as a PI, like when you're poking into something, you usually talk to Bruce or Heather, his sister,
Yeah,
at the bar to see if they've heard anything. Because a lot of times they've already heard stuff before you do.
I'm probably gonna be heading over there in a second.
I love how the prevailing theory is, yeah, in this city, I think someone was just attacked by a bear.
Yeah, that's the theory.
Yeah.
Right now. Like,
Yeah, the theory is a bear, and but although Pat, the father Dan's
Well,
like,
the Rhode
the red
Island.
light, like beyond, like past, like
That red light
around it.
district gets wild sometimes.
Well,
right.
well, Brown
How
University.
rowdy.
Brown University, their mascot is a bear. So
There you go. It all
Yeah.
comes
Yeah,
together.
it all
There's
fits. Yeah.
bears in the area, but in this town, I'm not sure.
Right.
Elaborate university prank.
No, just the thing though, JJ. Though, I mean, do you know any bears that have horns? I mean, that's It seemed like this was very. It seemed like this. From what I get, from what these people were saying, it seems like they saw something with horns, and I'm not sure if very many bears have, bony protrusions coming out of their foreheads.
They may not have horns, but I know plenty of people who need their eyes checked.
Yes, probably so. I mean, granted, this is. I mean, this is something I was overheard. I mean, again, I can't say much more, go into specifics, so you understand, but
But
it just
I'll look into it.
okay. That's all I ask. I mean, just just to keep it, and look into this matters and everything like this, and I wish I had more. Yeah, but and well, thank you for the time. I don't know if you can. What?
Where are you off to after this?
Well, I'm not sure. I was usually would probably get maybe some lunch or whatever it is.
Sometimes, in the afternoons, if Shen's not busy, sometimes you meet him at the bar to have a drink. If he's around.
I know there's usually somebody I can meet over at whatever the name of the bar is and stuff like that.
You would know the name of the bar pretty well.
I know. I can't.
On the side of the building.
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to play.
Manning's, number 20. Manning's.
Manning.
Your usual table, Father.
Yeah. Oh yes, yeah, yeah. He says, well, sometimes. Well, actually, I'm going to meet a friend over at Manning's. Usually we usually sometimes get together, have a little bit of a chess game, actually.
Well, I'm heading over there as well. Did you drive here?
Yes, actually, I did. I mean, my legs are still good for something. So.
All right. Well, I'm going to be heading over to the Mannings to ask a couple questions around there. So we'll meet each other over there. and see what
Okay.
happens.
Who leaves first?
Well, I gotta like pack up, so you know.
All
he
right,
can leave
all right.
that.
Okay, so
Alright.
I'm gonna go ahead and shake JJ's hand. So I say, well, good luck. Is there like a fee of any kind that I have to,
For this, just don't worry about it for now.
Okay, all right. Well,
This is just
thank
so
you,
far.
thank you for your time. And so he goes
No problem.
ahead, and he's gonna drive to the Mannings.
You guys should have gone over together just to have a PI and a Catholic priest walk into a bar joke.
I know, right?
Then I'd have to
Occult
drive
cops.
him back to the.
So Father.
I'd have to drive him back though.
So Father, you're driving over to Manning's. You see, a couple of billboards have changed. There's a ad for the Bijou, the local Bijou in town. There's a double feature playing in like Flint with the always great James Coburn
Mhm.
and Easy Come Easy Go, the new Elvis movie.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
All right.
playing over at the old Bijou.
Mhm.
And while you're staring up at the billboard, you look back to the road, and there's a goat in the middle of the road staring at you. Father, I need you to make me a drive auto check.
Oh no!
Go
Oh,
into the
Mike's gonna
windshield.
die.
Oh, here we go. Drive auto, one of my worst skills. Here we go.
Oh! Oh no!
Now, Father, you have a choice here. You can use some choices. You can fail the roll. You
Uh-huh.
can push the roll, in which case you risk something worse happening. Or you can spend luck. What would you like to do?
Remember
I'm gonna
when-
go fail the roll. I don't want to take the risk. I don't want to take the risk of
Oh, it
do
would be
something even
hilarious to
worse.
push. It would be hilarious if you pushed the roll and like.
So you are going to. You're just going to take the failure.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me think about this.
Take the L.
Yeah, that'd be like 24 points of luck.
I've
That's
got like 70 points of luck here too. I could just spend about maybe how many?
It's like a
But that's
third
a
of your
lot.
luck.
I know.
Yeah, that would.
Nah,
Well, no, that
I'm
would
gonna
be,
let it. I'm gonna let it
20
ride.
Yeah, that'd be
What?
24 points of luck.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it ride. I'm gonna let it ride.
It's just one
Maybe
goat.
it's a demon goat and it'll take an
So,
hit.
I mean, it's probably gonna bang up the car real bad, but I mean, it just boy.
And
it's
it's a cute goat too. It's kind of a mid-sized goat, like a light
For now,
brown.
it's cute.
Yeah. But
That'd be a tasty goat.
It licks
You're-
Mike's corpse.
you're too startled because on the Elvis picture, it's Elvis with a bunch of bikini girls, and maybe
right.
that's
Yeah.
distracting.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
And so as you look back in the road, you hit the brakes. You're trying to stop. You think about swerving, but over on the street to your right,
Mhm.
on the right side of the road, there's children playing. So instead, you slam on the brakes and hope for the best. But Father, it's not enough. You hit the goat. You hear, "Brrr," as your car just
Oh
slams.
no!
Yeah.
in front
And
of
I
the
I immediately stopped the car after I hit it. I get outside, see what happened because first to check to see if the goat's okay.
So you get out of the car and you go around. The goat has been torn open by the impact.
Oh no!
Father, there's blood on the ground. My God, Father, there's blood everywhere, all over the
Oh my God! Why is this description of a dead goat so graphic? Holy
all
shit!
over the street. And you're like, where did that goat even come from? How?
Oh yeah, and I'm looking at the car because probably banged the car up pretty bad too.
Yeah, the front of the grill is kind of bent in.
Okay.
And one of the headlights is smashed, and you see now the glass from the headlight is like it impacted with the goat's face. There's blood where the
Jesus
headlamp would be.
Christ.
Okay. Is there
The goat's
anybody
kind
else?
of, and its legs are kind of. It's obviously in distress, and it's dying as it just bleeds out.
Mike,
Okay,
Mike, get in the
so
car and
I
run
go to
away.
I go to the goat and it says, "Oh, you poor thing." And he looks around to see if there's anybody else.
Yeah, there's
nearby.
kids across the street. The kids that were playing.
Oh no!
Yeah.
They're seeing the whole thing. They look horrified, and they're like,
And
"Oh
he says,
no!"
and he says, "Hey," and he calls out to them. He says, "Hey, if there, do you know where your parents are? Could you come out? Can you get them over here, please? There's help the get what you boys get one of your folks or your parents if they're nearby to
And
come
they
out
kind
here."
of nod, and they're like, "We'll go look for him, Father." And they turn around and they run off. So the goat's laying there in the street.
Yeah.
Again,
Okay.
bleeding out, obviously in distress.
Okay.
JJ, that's when you drive up next, like behind the father. You see everything that's going on now. Looks like the father's car is just stopped in the middle of the road, and he's down in front of it, crouched down. What do you want to do?
Mhm.
I'll pull over. Kind of like if the goat and the father are kind of in the road, I'll kind of like park like so they're not getting hit by somebody.
Okay.
And I don't know if the cars had hazards back then, but if they do, I'll flip them on as I will turn the car off and step out. You okay, father? I'll say, kind of looking down at that and kind of getting an idea what happened.
Well, they say that the Lord. They say that they say the Lord has a sixth sense of humor. Since we were talking about goats and Shin early, goats earlier. Yeah. And funny enough, my friend's a mechanic. So, yeah, it's obviously we can't. I prefer to stay until we get somebody to help. If you mind helping me drag the goat over to the side here.
Well, you
little
don't
bit.
really want to. I don't think you want to touch it while it's still going. It might bite you.
Oh, I've touched worse. But yeah, I mean, I don't.
The
do
way
you
that
know
the goat's neck is bent, you don't think that it's going to bite you.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yes. I mean, it's a goat. I mean, they used to do that. They used to sacrifice these things back in back in the day.
Oh, really?
Oh yes, that was.
Just FYI.
Have you heard of Paschal Lambs and everything?
Imagine
That's
having this conversation like in
the middle of the street.
Oh yeah, we used to sacrifice goats, and there's just one
right.
frothing in pain.
So what do you guys want to do? You've got a bleeding, dying goat out in the middle of the road in front of the father's car. Father, you don't think that the damage to your car is significant enough that you won't be able to keep going?
Oh.
It just looks like it's mostly superficial. I mean, you didn't hit a cow, for fuck's sake. You just hit a goat.
Yeah. But I just so I kind of helped. If you, I guess we can grab the legs. I guess. I mean, or I don't know if it's or just wait till it or wait a minute, maybe.
I'm looking at the map right now. Where are we? Just so I can.
All right,
get an
so
idea
you
of,
are.
like,
Yeah, hang on. Let me.
you can give a number of like our location. That's fine
Yeah,
too.
let me get over to the map here.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just weighing the options of disposal.
So I'm trying to see where everything was.
Throw it into the Sedgwick River.
Put it out of its misery first. Jeez.
I'm just making sure that I'm not in front of like a school before I do this.
Oh man.
So Manning's is here.
Mhm.
And your building is the Strathmore building. That's where the father had gone to meet you. So we're going to say that you guys are here at this intersection, about a block
Okay.
from the car.
Okay.
Is
there any cars?
Over here by the movie theater and over
Right.
here by the public library
All
and
right.
by the roller bowl. It's a roller disco or it's like a roller skate and a bowling alley.
Okay. Is anybody outside?
The kids that were watching kind of ran off. Other than that, there's a car parked behind you where you were parked from. That looked like it was trying to come, and it's like honking its horn out. Trying to
like turn back and just wave at it just to go around.
Uh-huh.
And it so yeah, it kind of angrily kind of veers around and moves on out of the street.
All right.
Other than that, there's not a lot of traffic. Very much like Benny had told Shen earlier in the day. There's probably not going to be a lot of people out. People are going to be rattled by this.
So if you ever want to not have traffic, kill someone.
Solid advice.
It's science.
The one time.
I'll go into like my under my jacket and just say, "You might want to turn away, Father. I know you're in the war." I'm pulling out a 38.
And that as he does that, your father Dan's gonna look around like, okay. It's like,
all right.
And then he shoots Dan in the back of the head.
I'm out with misery.
All right, so yeah, so Jay pulls out his gun. What do you do, Father? Father, what do you do?
Do you pray for?
I'm just gonna all right. I'm gonna look. I'm just gonna look down the street to see if I'm not gonna look at what he's doing. I'm just gonna look to see if there's anybody else watching what's going on.
Does he do the Tears and Rain speech from Blade Runner before
No.
they shoot?
So Jay, you're gonna try to put the goat out of its misery.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it out quick.
Normally,
I
you
don't want to like be pointing at it for like a long period of time, and one because it feels wrong. This injured goat just slowly dying. And two, I also don't want people to be looking out and saying, "Oh, that's JJ. Wait, he's pointing a gun at a goat."
all right. So you're gonna just try to quickly put
Yeah,
the goat.
then we can just move it and whatever.
Okay. All right. So normally
You
you would
on the side of the road. You help him.
normally you would still have to roll for this with a with a bonus dice. Pardon me. But
Oh
in this
no,
situation,
Mike! Holy shit!
in this kind of situation, I'm just gonna say you're able to, unless you want to roll for it.
I don't want to shoot my foot off yet, so we're going with the coup de grace, please.
All right, we'll just go with the coup de grace and that bam,
Oh
And then-
no!
and then the goat's just laying there, its tongue out as it's still bleeding out, but no longer no longer suffering. More importantly.
Okay.
All right, come on, let's get it out of the way.
Wait a minute. We can't just leave the poor goat in the street.
Yeah, you
let's-
can.
Let's just put it over here.
2,500 feet away from where we got it.
Also, JJ, note that you've used a round of ammo now, so your gun only has 5 shots left, I think.
I have to reload. I won't reload now. I don't need.
Yeah.
You never know, you can hit
Okay.
5 more goats
well,
on the way over there.
Now
and
there
what?
are after the gunshot, there are people now coming out of their businesses along the road.
Yeah.
Like with their hands over their mouths, like what's going, and curious, what's going on?
I'm
You
just
should
gonna.
just run.
shoot it.
You should just run the goat over.
Do I have a code or something like an old ratty cloak? I know my clothes are pretty worn.
Give me a luck roll. We'll see if there's like an old coat in your car, maybe.
This is a perfect thing. I'm gonna spend all 35 of my luck on this.
You can't spend luck on a luck roll.
All right, you're right.
Just give me a flat.
Do I just click? All right, I just click it. No.
No. You've only got 2 coats. The one that you're wearing now, and like you're probably like a trench coat or something, like a duster or a raincoat or something.
I really like that duster.
And you've got a heavier coat, but it's it's late March. You're not wearing it anymore. It's
Let me see if I have something here. I mean,
Just to cover it, so not the. Family.
yeah.
I'll
Let me
just-
check. Let me see if I have something in
Okay.
the.
All right, Father, go ahead and see if you've got something in your car.
So roll.
Yeah,
what?
give me a luck roll. We'll see if you have anything in
Okay.
your car that might.
Just straight luck. Okay. So just
Yep,
go.
just a luck roll.
Okay.
Father, you do have in the trunk of your car, you do have a bit of canvas that you still had in your car left over from like a street fair by the church
Mhm.
where some of the
Okay.
kids were painting murals, and you'd put it out so that the paint wouldn't get on the asphalt.
Right. So I basically kind of help to grab the goat's hind legs and kind of put it on the canvas, kind of wrap,
I'll help.
cover it up, like fold it over, and then help it, like, want to carry it over to the side of the street, so it doesn't get in the way.
Did it have like a collar or like a tag or anything on its ear or anything like that?
No, there's no, because like a lot of pet goats would have like a bell around its neck or something like that.
Yeah.
Nothing like this. It looks.
This is
This
like,
goat
you know,
may well have just come right out of the wild. The father didn't even see it before he hit it with his car.
Yeah.
Waiting for the goat's family to show up.
And
Yeah.
so as father goes to the street to try to help drag the road, if there's anybody there, he says, yes, do you mind if someone calls for the what do they call it? The knacker or whatever it is, somebody or the sanitation, the sanitation animal control,
The knacker.
animal control, the knacker.
What is this? 1884?
To be fair, Mike lives in an
All creatures can
1840s
fall
mentality.
Someone right out and fetch the knacker.
Yeah, that's the knacker. So he says, yes, maybe you can call for the animal control to kind of see if we can get the goat here off the street here. I don't want to,
As we're standing over the rug, Gage is just gonna say, forgive me for the crass humor, Father, but I think there's a shepherd joke in here somewhere.
yes, well, sometimes you've heard, of course, you've heard of the term the Judas goat here, right?
I have not heard that.
Oh yes, the goats. The goat was supposed to help to lead the lambs away to slaughter. Actually, and so maybe I don't know. Maybe this could be a favor I've done. Like I said, God has a twisted sense of humor.
What the?
Um,
Good.
but what's weird is there's no farms or animal pens around.
You would know that on the like outside of town, there's some small farms and things, but
Okay.
they're probably a good 10 miles outside of town.
What I can't, yeah, he's saying what I can't, at least not in the city. I mean, what I can't seem to understand is how this goat got so far away from this. Why did it wander in the city like this? I don't know.
Probably came with the bear.
Could be, yeah, it could be. I don't know. It's just so.
So
But,
yeah, as you guys are sitting there talking, one of the merchants that is in one of the shops along the street.
Mhm.
It's the hippie girl that sells art supplies, Zoe. She waves at you and says, "Father, I'll call animal control," and then she runs inside.
Thank you, thank you. Okay. Well,
You might want to get your car looked at, Father. It kinda banged up.
yes,
Um,
yeah.
Father, how about we take that to the shop and we can head to the bar in my car?
Oh, perfect. Do you know where the shop is?
Yeah, I've taken this one here a few too many times there.
Okay, perfect. All right. Yeah. I think I'll follow you then, since you know where to go. So.
Sounds good. As soon as animal control shows up to just explain what happened and everything like that to him, after that we'll get going.
Mhm.
All right, so you make your way across town, over to Benny's Auto Repair, which on the map I think is
I love it's called Benny's.
Yeah.
Benny's Garage. Yeah, Benny's Home and Auto, Benny's Garage. It's here at 37. So you guys drive to the other side of town, and there's a note on the auto repair store that says gas leak closed today.
Oh no!
Oh,
Alright.
that's right. Oh, well, I
Uh,
guess I can here. I guess I can leave a note for. I
yeah,
guess I can leave it. Oh wait, but I'm since if hopefully if Shin's still at Manning's, I can tell him all about it and tell. But I'll leave a note here just in case.
yeah.
That,
Leave a note and slide it under the door. You can tell him you can even hide your keys somewhere.
or I
usually,
can.
hide mine.
Oh
on
yeah. Well, it's not like anyone's going to steal these keys. If why one day? I mean, look at. I mean, my car is about 20 years old. So, so
I think you've used all your bad luck for today.
probably so. Probably so.
All right, so you
We
guys,
ain't seen shit.
so you leave the father's car there. You get back in, and you go. You get back in the car and go over to Manning's.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll head back over
Why are
there.
we here? Yeah, is this turning into 3 sessions now?
Oh yeah. We're on pace for 3 now. Yeah.
That's okay.
It'll be a
It's
4-month-long campaign.
I mean, so long as you guys are having fun. Are you having fun?
This is
I
having
yeah.
love this so much.
All right. So you guys walk in, and the ladies' committee has already dispersed. Eleanor, you're there with Catherine, just sort of visiting with everybody else. Remember, you have things that you might be able to ask Guy. And then, you guys look as the front doors open, and there's JJ walking in with the father. And of course, Shin, you've seen JJ from around the neighborhood before. You know he lives on the other side of the block that you live.
Probably fixed his car up more than once, apparently.
Probably so, yeah.
Now, if I recall, Father Dan comes here because he doesn't ever drink. If that's correct, Mike.
No, I mean, there's no sin against it. I mean, he's.
Dude,
he's-
you're
he's got-
Catholic. That's all you can do is drink.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're a
Right?
priest, that's if you're a priest, that's it. You know.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, this and plus the fact that like I speak from experience, because I'm so he's probably gonna go up to the bar and probably order maybe like maybe if he's got a Guinness or something, we can probably
So Father, you walk in and you see Shen over here. You and Shen are pretty good pals.
Yeah.
So you ask, what do you ask Bruce for?
He says, yeah, hey, do you mind if we have do you mind if I have do you have any like a dark beer or Guinness,
Yeah, no, we've got Guinness on tap. On the house, Father, on account I wasn't at Mass last Sunday. Yes.
Oh no, it's just all right. I mean, make sure you say one Our Father, one Hail Mary, and one Glory Be, and you'll be fine.
Trust me, Father, I talk to God more than you know.
Oh yes, I mean but hey, just to mention, Easter is coming up, so make sure you be able to attend. After all,
Yeah,
be a good.
yeah. We'll both be there, won't we, Heather? And then Heather kind of gives kind of a look.
All right,
like
I'm gonna hold you. I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Then he slides your Guinness across with a nice perfect head of foam.
Thank you. And then he turns it, and then he says, and he kind of does a little thing there. Says thing. Toast, kind of raises a glass there and stuff, and then he turns to Shin and says, "Well, I think I'm gonna. Well, Shin, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to. I may have to. You may have a little bit of a project for you to do. On the old sedan.
Pull up a stair, Dan.
Dropped the father's car off at the garage.
We're closed for the day, though. What's this about?
Yes, I saw that, but I figured I'd leave it there. Yeah, it's the strangest thing. Apparently, this is so ridiculous. I was driving along and.
This is the big story, not the murder that happened. This is the story now.
To be fair, Dan did say it was a weird day for him.
It's a weird day for me. I mean, essentially, the thing is, let's just say, I was seeing driving through, seeing the coming attractions on the movie theater, and all of a sudden there was a goat that just wandered out in the middle of the road, and
a goat.
A goat. In fact, that's probably not the only goat-related thing I've heard all day. But
guy leans over and goes, "Well, that's very specific, but go on."
Were you driving out near the farms or something?
No, that's the weirdest thing. It was this. The closest farm is about 10 miles out. This was in the middle of town. Is this just somebody's? So do we know anybody? Who's? I don't.
Is there a fair or something going on?
It was right by the roller bowl.
Oh,
yeah, it
strange.
was. It's weird. It's just that and what's funny is that there's I won't want to go away, but it was thinking about something involving goats earlier this morning, and then there's another goat just wandered in front of my apparently, and the poor animal, of course, I'm afraid had to be put down.
There, Father.
Oh, horrible.
Yeah, but it was weird. For some reason, it was just walking around in the middle of town, and I don't know if anyone else who it belonged to didn't seem to have any,
I've not heard about anyone getting a pet goat recently, but maybe it's
well, yeah, but no, normally they don't have pets, and that's kind of the thing. But it's just it was just bizarre. And then
you said that you'd seen a goat earlier today too.
Well, no, not her. No, not seeing, but well, it's kind of weird actually.
Eleanor's gonna perk out.
Well, and I understand this is something from what I heard. I can't really say what name, but did any of you seen anything about a person wearing any? Oh, this sounds so ridiculous the way I'm going to say it. Did any of you do it? Is there anybody in town that sells like goat costumes?
Not that I know of. It's not Halloween.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Something maybe could have been. Yeah, it could have been something held over from Halloween.
Yeah, Eleanor, as someone who's put together a lot of parties, you would know that the town does not have a costume shop. For any kind of major costume shop or theatrical shop, you have to drive up into like a bigger town like Providence or
always arts and crafts, probably the most.
Yeah, but around town, like around Halloween, like sometimes people will go and get Halloween costumes at Woolworths there in town.
Why do you?
Maybe it was one of the students. Maybe they were putting on a production or something.
Well, no, this was apparently. There was somebody that I know said they saw something that looked like a person, like a goat person, or somebody walking on that looked like a goat in the south side.
Huh.
In the
strange.
In the red light area.
Seems like a lot's been going on there recently. Wasn't there a murder there?
Yes, unfortunate news, and that was it's. Yeah, but yeah, apparently there was, that's it's kind of, well, I don't want to sound silly or anything like this, but I just maybe thought I thought in my head that if there was this person walking around in this goat costume, maybe it was close by to, and it was apparently was close by to where the murder happened, and
And Bruce kind of speaks up and goes, "Goat man."
yeah, I know. It sounds ridiculous. I know.
And
Normally,
if you're on the south side, the last thing you do is want to draw attention to yourself,
Guy,
unless you're a hooker.
guy speaks up and he says, you said that this guy had goat legs but was a regular human."
Well, no, that's what I mean. I think maybe this was. It sounds like that this was a person who looked like the way to describe it looked like a goat person.
Well, yeah, but if you were wearing a goat costume, wouldn't you want to wear the whole thing? Keeps you from being identified.
Well, no, that's what they're saying. It had the horns and the. He looked like had the horns and all that other stuff, and that's why So, but I'm kind of but it just was weird that this person was overhearing this thing about the sighting about a person who looked like a goat man, and then I hit this goat later on as I'm coming over here. I don't know.
You don't think, and Eleanor's gonna kind of look around like, you don't think it might be something cult related, do you?
Well, there are some old practices around the New England that could go back to that period. I mean, who knows what kind of practices people get up to, and normally I do explore some kind of spiritual matters, but I mean, tend to think we sometimes we can't even though we can't.
Who is it that's got a fairly high occult skill?
I have, let's see, Colt, I've got 40.
Yeah, I think you're the only one literally to put points in occult.
I've got 5. So.
Give me an occult roll, Father.
All right, let's see what happens. Oh my gosh! Yeah.
You generally know that goats are kind of a symbol used in like paganism and also Satanism. Especially it's become very popular here recently with the Church of Satan becoming a thing. The Church of Satan starting out in L.A. under Anton LaVey, but you know that it was also a pagan symbol, often of fertility. Before that.
Okay. Yeah, even though it was failed, is it so?
But that's all you know with a 91.
Yeah, he just says, well, it's been a while since we did have to study some of this stuff in seminary, in the seminary, but
Eleanor's gonna look very unsettled.
Well, no, you see, you must understand, you must understand, Eleanor. I mean, part of my training, into theology, we had to study various, when I was in, we had to study various different religious practices and everything in order to better understand, and understand them. And then some of the stuff we and part of our training, we have to come across certain things various supernatural and various, occult and efficiencies and things like that in order to better kind of.
I read in the paper that there's Satanists out there and things like that.
Well, yes. Well, we went, and of course we must pray to them. But again, this is since recently we try not to lean too much into more of the superstitious kind of thing. We try to be a little bit more rational. But that doesn't mean that this stuff that there isn't something of that particular nature. I mean, but we have to, sometimes we have to keep
Yes,
we have to
sure
discern our reason sometimes. We can't
we'll all be on the lookout for men in goat costumes releasing goats into traffic.
Well, that's the thing, but I just thought it's just weird. It's just an odd. Well, the thing is, there's no such thing. I mean, there's really no such thing as coincidences.
Strange.
I find it is strange. I mean, but I don't know. It's just that this. I mean, maybe it's just thinking of the murders, and then this thing happens. I don't know. It's just kind of.
Father, I've spent more than my fair share amount of time investigating things, and it's hard to say, but coincidences do happen.
Well,
That thing, you might have just gotten unlucky with that.
well,
Suppose
sometimes
anyone saw
though.
where it came from.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if where this what was been. I mean, why would be wandering around there and something like that. But you know,
It's anybody's guess, but for now, here I'll turn to the proprietors of the bar and say, Bruce, Heather, um, on the topic of what happened earlier today, I was hoping to hear if you guys knew anything.
And Bruce, Bruce kind of clears his throat, looks around, and goes, "You didn't hear this from me, but I know some of the cops on the force, and they said this guy got torn apart.
Hmm.
Like
Goodness.
literally, like they said, like it was just awful. They wouldn't go much further past than that. I did get a name of the guy though, because they asked me if, like maybe he'd come into the bar. They were asking about a guy named Harry Rowland.
Harry Rowland.
That's not a name. That's not a name I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he
Me
was from out of town. Some kind of salesman, something like that. I didn't ask what.
Hmm.
But no, the cop I talked to said he, thought maybe he was on the south side looking for a little, fun.
Anyone?
do they have any suspects that you know about, or did they mention any?
No, they didn't get into that with me.
Of course they
They
will.
know it.
But I got to tell you, if they're asking around, it makes me think that maybe they don't have a suspect.
Did they happen to mention where in Southside this took place? I heard something about near the red light district.
Yeah, it was. That's what I heard too. It was kind of close by the red light district, but they didn't say exactly where.
Okay. Might have to take a look around then.
Eleanor's gonna start absentmindedly like using some sort of sanitizer on her hands and her section of the bar.
Guy kind of looks over. You all right there, Eleanor?
Oh, yes, just this discussion about all of these dark things. I just makes me anxious, and this is something I need to do. Oh, also, Guy, I meant to ask you. We'd Catherine and I had been talking earlier about there used to be someone who was in your employ. I was wondering if he still worked for you. Also, I don't remember his name. That's out of character. I don't remember
Guy
his
turns to
name.
Guy turns to Catherine. Any idea of the name or a description?
Tall string bean kid.
Oh, you mean Eli Gregson?
Yes, him. Have you heard from him recently? We were all discussing. It's a little worrying with the college kids out here. If there's bad things going on, their families aren't around here to look out for them. I just want to make sure they're all right.
George, I remember in our this is out of character. Yeah. George, I remember saying I remember talking about him in our second session, like just before I left.
Yeah.
I remember you saying like he used to work for me, but didn't anymore.
He worked for you as an assistant when he was a freshman, and then later on helped you as an assistant and also doing some filing, like when you were doing the renovation on the Strathmore building.
Yeah, he was an assistant to me during freshman year, and then he did some filing work, and then we were doing Strathmore.
Mm-hmm.
But haven't heard from him since then.
Check the hotel. No, sorry, that's a joke. Ignore me.
Then did this excuse me, but I couldn't help overhear, but what did this person you mentioned, Eli? You said?
Yeah, Gregson, freshman used to be down at the college.
Oh, did he have a? Was he seeing anybody at all, or do you know? Maybe that could be involved.
I don't know much about him, honestly. I don't even know what he's doing. I feel like it'd be good to check up on these kids, while strange things are happening.
Guy turns to Catherine. It wouldn't hurt to see how he was doing. He was a good kid when he worked for me.
Yeah, no, he seemed like an all right kid. I don't know about dating or anything. He seemed kind of bookish and kind of, I don't know, maybe one of the.
Yeah, he seemed like a bit of a wallflower when I knew him.
Yeah.
Did some good work though.
Damn
good work.
Yeah.
Also, Brood, just real quick, so I remember, what was the name of the girl that we were talking about?
Mary Alice Sims.
Mary Alice Sims. Awesome.
And the other names you got were Duncan, Sally, and Ted.
Wait, hold on. Let me write this down.
Duncan,
notes, people.
Sally, and Ted.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And then the other and the woman in question was who now again? The first one?
Mary Allison.
Mary Alice
Alice
Sims.
Sims.
Also,
Mary
what was
Alice.
the name of the boyfriend?
Clark Evans. And you would know from the discussion with the ladies committee that Clark and Mary Alice were dating, and that Mary Alice at one point had spent a year abroad over in Europe.
We're about to go talk to someone about that, but yes.
Well, I don't just throw those things out for
I know.
just randomly.
I'm glad you know that I'm listening.
Mhm.
Real quick,
And it was Duncan and who?
It was Duncan, Sally, and Ted.
Mhm.
Heather.
Awesome, thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, what's up, Jay?
You didn't happen to catch what Harry was selling, right?
I haven't had time to ask around. You may. I don't know. If he was selling stuff, I doubt it was up here in the north. He may have been selling like like you got a lot of these traveling salesmen selling vacuums or things like that. I mean, everybody north of the bridge is going to have that stuff. So he may have been going door to door selling things down on the south side. You might want to, I don't know, you might want to ask around down there.
Yeah. Okay. There might have been a hotel down.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of hotels down there that without names, but
yeah.
yeah.
Got it. All right. Thanks.
The type that rent by the hour.
Got it.
Oh, by the way, Harry, this might be strange of me asking. I mean, aside from Miss Manning here, was there any other women that came by blonde haired women? Probably, someone from at all that you may have seen
Who are you asking that to?
to Manning here, to Mr.
Manning.
Manning.
Yeah. Like, well, and he kind of looks at his sister. I see.
Yeah, no, but I said besides your
She's
sister.
blonde right now, Father.
Besides your, I meant besides her, because
I mean,
somebody maybe
that came into
somebody-
here.
yeah, somebody maybe from the somebody maybe, I don't know, somebody from maybe the south side of town that came
They were
in.
from the south side. I mean, there's plenty of bars down there. They probably wouldn't have come this far north for a drink.
Oh, okay.
And to be honest, most of the hookers I know carry flasks. They drink on the job.
I see. Okay. All right.
I'll put it this way: I haven't seen anybody come to the bar that I suspected of being a hooker. How about that?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm just inquiring. Was just inquiring about some Right. And so he takes a sip of his Guinness there, and he says, he says like this, and so he puts it down and says, "Oh, well, hey, well, what time is it right now?" They're looking at his
It's
watch.
at this point it's probably 2:00.
Oh, okay. Well, and he says, gets in the shin and says, "Well, hey, I guess we got to, you got what? Did you bring the chessboard, Shin?"
It's in my car. I'll be back.
Oh,
And
okay.
Shin, as you're walking outside, Heather kind of leaves to go with you. She's like, "Yeah, Shin, I want to ask you something. I'll go with you."
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
So when you and Heather get outside of the bar, she's like, "Look, I know you know Chong-Ho, and I know you probably know more about Chong-Ho than a lot of other people. I know the Asians on that the community's kind of tight. They have to be, and on the south side. You might want to check on him. I don't know. I mean, like his brother sells smack. I'm kind of worried that like maybe if this is all happening, maybe it was something his brother sold to somebody, and and then that person freaked out or something. Maybe this Harry Rowland guy, was mainlining."
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you,
Yeah.
Miss Manning.
Yeah, you're welcome. And if you talk to him, tell him I said hi. I like his pot stickers. And she goes back into the bar.
All right. He will retrieve his probably his cigarettes and a chessboard from his car. Come inside.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So is there anything else you guys want to do? We'll summarize the leads so far. Okay.
Mhm.
Would that help you guys run down
Yes.
Sure.
the leads?
Yeah.
If somebody wants to write this down, that'd be super. Because
I'm writing a bunch of names down already.
it's on you guys to investigate this
Yeah.
stuff, not me.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, so you would know that there's a bunch of kids. Mary Alice, Clark. I say kids, college age folks. Mary Alice, Clark. You had a few other names, and
Duncan and Sally and Ted.
Duncan, Sally, Ted.
and,
Yep.
and people have seen Mary Alice recently, but not the others that she hangs out with. Now, you would also know that because per Abigail, what she was talking about, they were students at the local college. And you also know that Eli Gregson is a student at the local college. He used to work for Guy. You know what Father Colin told Father Dan that he saw, like it was some sort of, what he thought was some kind of
Devil thing. Yeah.
some kind of goat devil thing. Oh God.
Yeah.
That's not,
Oh,
that's
geez,
not-
I thought that was a fire alarm going off in my apartment.
that's not what I want. That's not what
Jesus Christ.
The
I thought that was
sting
so
there.
Dane.
Holy shit.
So you would know that from what Father Colin said he saw, and that Father Colin also said that while he was on the south side when all this was happening, he saw a blonde, what he took to be a blonde prostitute,
Mhm.
that didn't seem to be all that freaked out by what she was seeing like he was.
Mhm.
You know that Father Dan hit and killed a goat that came seemingly out of nowhere.
Nowhere.
Middle of the road. You have JJ's recollection that a lot of towns have these goat man type legends. Just about every town's got the kids make up these stories. The goat man chased me on the way home, etc., etc. That's what you have to go on right now. Heather suspects maybe it's heroin related, which I think also Detective Edwards also thought. I think Merv mentioned that to JJ, that he thought maybe it was a hophead or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you do have some leads. There's leads, since this is your first investigation, I'm trying to help you guys along a little bit.
No, this is
we appreciate
I know where I'm going.
We've also mentioned Eli, so and Catherine and I were planning on following up on that by going to see him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got Eli to talk to, and he's a college student. You know that there's things to research. Maybe even up at the college or the local library. There's stuff to poke around about on the south side of town. Where all this stuff happened. There's lots of little things you guys have to follow up on at this point. You've got people talking about how Mary Alice seems weird. That maybe she was seeing patients. McMaster saw her going into that occult bookstore. You know that as well. So you guys got a bunch of leads to go from here.
Oh yeah.
This is fun. We were just shooting the shit the whole time.
That's what this game is mostly investigation and finding shit out.
I honestly kind of love that though. I love having to research stuff and look into stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
Well, I guess while Shen is playing chess with Dan, he will casually say, "I was thinking of heading over to Chong Ho's for dinner if you and your friend Mr. Jones care to join me."
Oh, that would be great. Yeah. Well, by the way, interestingly enough, we probably can maybe discuss a little bit about what's going on. I mean, because there might be, there are certain things that a little bit weird, a little bit strange about this. Maybe you can help. Maybe since you live close by on the south side and everything, maybe you can help me out with something.
Of course.
Okay.
Always ask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, check, by the way.
Didn't he say it was on the house? Is this a dinner?
They're playing.
No, I'm playing chess.
Oh.
I just put your rook. I just put your rook and check with my knight. By the way.
All right. So while the father Dan and Shen are playing chess, what are the rest of you doing? We'll start with Jay. Jay, what are you doing?
Well, I'm probably just finishing up my drink. I probably just got some ice water since it's a working day for me. But Probably just thinking and kind of listening in with the rest of everybody, and I'll kind of like lean over as everybody's kind of talking about this and saying, um, not to bear any grim news or otherwise to you all, but this is some serious stuff it's going into. Are you sure you all want to get into this? Pretty grim when you take a look at this deep.
Eleanor's gonna nod and be like, of course.
Yeah, Eleanor's worried about her neighborhood. This is where her kids grow up.
Fair point.
Eleanor also loves gossip.
What about Guy? When he asks Guy that, what does Guy say?
Guy's down for it because he sees this as a community project. He's all about community. He's like, if I can help the community, then I'm in.
Fighting evil in the name of communism.
So Soviet anthem intensifies.
And Catherine kind of leans close to Guy and she's like, just be careful. This sounds like it might be really dangerous. Somebody's already died. All right, just promise me you'll be careful.
No, yeah, I'll be perfectly fine. Don't worry.
All right.
I've got my friends helping me out. So.
All right. Well, I gotta get over to the courthouse. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you tonight.
All right. I love you.
She gives Guy.
I love you.
Whoa. Are we at that point? We're there now?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I love you too. Okay. I didn't expect that.
Put it together. Oh, please.
Stop passionate love making. No love.
After substandard love making. Oh, we're there.
She kisses Guy, and then she heads out to go to work. And then he asks. JJ is asking everybody. Catherine, what do you say?
I side eye him. I know we don't talk a lot, but I can't pass up this opportunity for a new experience. And I give this weird off-putting smile.
I am off put. Fantastic.
All right. And what about yeah? He's like, what? Who are you? Do I know you?
I'm Eleanor's nanny.
Yes, she's always with me.
A pleasure. And Miss Eleanor, I'll give a bit of a nod.
And what about Shen and Father Dan? You'd be close enough. We'll say that you're off over here playing chess. It's a little more rude.
Yeah, right.
But you'll be able to hear Jay.
Yeah,
he's everybody the question.
Yeah, and so Father looks up. He says, "Look, I will say this. So, I mean, regardless of what this is, I mean, this is as shepherd needs to sometimes needs to tend his flock, as as they often say, and well." This is part, and we have to, at the very least, we need to find out. I think we owe that much to find out what's happening here. I mean, if this is some kind of occult or spiritual battle, or something, this cult thing taking place. This is a spiritual battle, then, and I feel, at the very least, I mean, I want to help out as much as I can or am able.
Look, not to cut the mystery and excitement from it, but most of the cult stuff is just a lot of talk.
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, we live in tumultuous times. In case you haven't noticed, a lot of people are confused. A lot of people are probably hurting. A lot of people, maybe this is a product of that. I don't know. I mean, you say maybe some people say that there was, talk about drugs involved. Maybe that could be this. Maybe that's involved in this. I mean, we still owe it. We still owe it to this town. We still owe it to Hawthorne. I've only been here for a short time, relatively, compared to most of you. But we still owe it to. We still people. We owe it to this community to to get to the bottom of this. I mean,
I agree with Dan.
Good, you all have that to yourself. I recommend, if you are carrying, to continue doing so. Stuff like this, even if it is a bear or otherwise, it's never bad to have something on you. and I guess I'll just show a little bit for the unobvious that I have a revolver on me.
Yeah, let's say you just open your coat. You know,
I just take my shirt off. You know what? You
Jay just starts
That's
Not like a bar.
Jay starts stripping and then starts self-flagellating like Paul Bettany in Angels and
Right.
Oh, okay, all right.
I don't know. I do not.
That kind of bar, is it?
I don't know. You're a married lady. Do
Only
not
on-
look at this.
only on Monday.
She's a respectable housewife. Don't do it.
No, Jay doesn't actually start doing that. That was me.
No, I don't. I just show them.
Not until we have some insanity rolls, right?
Once you're in the loony house.
Then all bets are off at that point.
Right.
Yep.
Save that for section 2.
Maybe.
There we go.
Maybe.
All right. So,
All right, everybody.
a couple of things to think about. Like, do you guys want to because there's no texting or internet. Do you guys want to meet back up after you've had some time to look into things, or what do you want to do? And number one, who's doing what? We need to know who's doing what.
Okay. Father Dan's going to do something really kind of unorthodox before he goes to see Shen. He kind of he says, oh, if you excuse me for one moment, Shen,
Of course.
for a second. And so he's going to go to, he says, oh, excuse me, Catherine, may I talk to you for a second?
Of course you may.
Yes.
I can walk
Okay.
to the side. Can you move me?
Yeah.
You can move yourself. You'll be able to. You
I'm
should be able,
asking
Yeah.
Alex to move me because I am
okay.
not near my laptop.
Okay. So he's first to go. He first to go through this.
Okay.
He goes to first of all. Bar which he doesn't. He says, "I'm not." It says, I'm not going to. He's not going to discuss. He's not going to. He's not going to. He's not going to discuss what they discussed in what she told him. But
How can I help you today, Father?
well, here's the thing. Without going into your past activities, are you familiar at all with you're familiar at all with the certain bookstore in town? Yes.
Yes, I am.
That's what I figured. Well, here's the thing. There might be something that I may need to look into about, if I wanted, if it's a strange request. I mean, obviously, I can't necessarily be walking in there, but you don't want to, necessarily
I
walking
wouldn't
into.
mind going down to the shop. I've been meaning to go there anyways.
Okay. I don't. No. Don't tell me what the purpose of why you need to go down there.
We
But
can have a tea and talk about.
yes.
how the lives of-
What I need to know.
Talk about the lives of the town being a little. Cat.
Yes, I figure. Yes, gossip is. Yeah, I don't want to hear any gossip things like this. But what I went interested in is if you could give me a. If you can give if the proprietress there has any book on. What was this? Folklore or something about involving folklore, witchcraft, demonology, something like this, preferably involving any kind of, I know it's weird about any kind of goat.
It's like all of their books.
I can take a look. It might be a more general conversation you're looking at, but I can definitely take a look.
Oh yes, and yes. Don't worry, you have absolution, but going there and further out, but it just it's something that specifically something about local legends or maybe something about demonology or something like this, that they have something on that, if that'd be okay.
Can I make a listen check just to see if I can hear him?
yeah.
No way.
Nope.
Hang on, let me get back over to the. What'd you roll?
87.
87.
Oh yeah. There's a lot
I will.
of people, a lot of cross chatter here in the bar, and
Yeah.
And Heather dropped a bar behind the glass, and
All
her
right.
brother yelled out, "Oh my God, are you okay?
Okay.
All right, Heather."
I will.
Yeah.
I will nod, and I will nod to the father, and I just like, could you just remind me again when confessional time is again today?
This usually, remember, it's always at Saturdays at 3 p.m.
Thank you for reminding me, Father.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
yes. Don't right. And he rolls it. He kind of sighs. And says, "Okay, all right." All right. Well, thank you.
Will you be on duty that day, Father?
I probably will, or maybe Father Colin will. Who knows?
I frown at that. I hope it's you.
All right.
I
Okay.
always think it's you. You always are a fun one to talk to.
Oh yes. Of course, yes. I mean, I keep but I keep telling you, one day you need to write a book about fiction, of course. I mean, your stories are always a delight.
Fiction, of course, of fiction.
Yes. He says, well, thank you. Yeah. You make sure you can. Oh, and if you want, you can drop the book by. Maybe you could probably drop it by. Let's see. I don't know. Not necessarily the church. Maybe the JJ's office. I'll probably meet with him later or something like that.
I don't really know JJ too well. I can definitely chop it
Oh
off.
wait, no. Better yet,
I can drop it
you know
off.
where Shin. You know where the auto shop is, right?
Yes, I take the family cars all the time.
Yes,
So
I have to probably
I
pick
can
up my
be
car.
there.
My car will has probably going to go in some repairs. You can drop it off there as soon probably when I go pick it up.
I'll have Shenley bring a glove box.
Thank you very much, Catherine.
Before they get back over, can Eleanor talk to Guy real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll wait until you guys are done, though.
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, I think Father and Catherine probably.
Okay.
Yeah, well, so he says, so he says, so I was just out now. Excuse me, I think Shin's gonna probably deciphering how to beat me in chess there, for a second.
Alright.
So he goes back over there. Yes.
Guy, are you doing anything today? Just wondering.
I don't believe so. I was gonna go home and check on Bandit and then maybe follow up on Eli, but I don't think so. Who knows?
I was wondering if you might be able to accompany Catherine and I on an errand. I don't know how comfortable I feel traveling around just two women with everything going on.
Of course, no problem.
She's literally with one of the deadlier
I
people.
know. This is one of those things.
Who doesn't know that?
No, she knows. She's known all along. She just wants to keep up. She just wants to keep up appearances as a housewife with a hit woman and
Two kids, a hit woman, and a dog.
Two. And then she wants to be accompanied. She wants to be accompanied by the guy who worships Stalin. That way people will definitely keep away. That's a joke.
I will. After the conversation ends, I will go over to them and I will.
Well, hang on. I think they're still going. Let them.
Yes. Once you're done, I'll come over.
Oh no, that was it.
Okay. Well, we didn't get Guy's answer. We didn't.
No, I
Guy's
did.
Oh, you did?
I gave an
Yeah.
answer. Yeah.
Okay. So Guy. Okay. So I'm writing this down. So Guy is going with Eleanor and Catherine to do what?
They're going to be going to the bookstore.
I love how she conveniently left that part out.
Well, yeah, she doesn't want to say it around everyone. Like, hey, I'm going to an occult bookstore. Yes, me, this pillar of the community is going to this occult bookstore.
Bookstore, right?
All right.
Yeah.
And I think Guy said he was gonna follow up with Eli.
Yeah, and let Bandit out, or check up on Bandit to make sure he's okay.
I when I come over, I'm like, how is Bandit? Cornwall misses his playmate.
He's doing wonderfully. Ever since we put in that dog door, he's been doing great. I think you should bring over Is it Cornwall?
Yes, Cornwall.
We should bring over Cornwall and they can have another doggy play date.
Ooh, we should do that. We should definitely do that.
I regret allowing dogs.
This was you made your bed, Berryman. Now it's time for you to lay in it.
Eleanor is gonna clap her hands, kind of get everyone's attention, go. It looks like we all have a lot to look into tonight. What if we all meet up at my house in the morning and can talk over everything?
Good idea.
Oh, well, that'd be fine. It's been a while since I've showed up at your place and
Jay and Jen, you probably don't know where her house is.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
But
Jay-
if Dan knows, we'll ask him later.
Yeah, Jay, you would know that you could probably find it in the yellow pages. Okay.
It will have to be after my children go to school, but other than that, my house is always open.
It's okay. I usually leave to take the children to school around 6 o'clock. So as long as you guys show up by like 7:30, 8 o'clock, I'll have breakfast ready.
All right. Jay, what are you going to be doing?
I'm gonna be checking out the the scene of the crime, I guess. I'm gonna first of all like drive around Southside and look for it, and see if I can get any little bit more info on that place. I think I can fast talk my way past like a cop who's hanging out there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm with the force. I'm just checking out something from here. It's okay. Blank and blank knows me, and just kind of get past them for a little bit and get a few more looks at this, and maybe if I find something I could ask around about this blonde woman. But you know, a blonde woman. I think there's a blonde woman here, so I got a lot of looking to do. I feel comfortable heading down to the south side since I was a cop at some point, but obviously I don't want to overstay my welcome. But checking out the crime scene sounds like a good thing for me just at the moment, and finding out this blonde prostitute.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say.
And then after that, I'd probably, I don't know, maybe head to the college and check this with this Mary Clark and like.
No, Mary Alice Sims. She's dating Clark. I'll
Right.
put this all in the Discord after.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but yes, I'm gonna be checking out the scene, and then I don't know, see if I can. If I have nothing, then maybe I'll check out like some, see about looking around for, checking like going to the library and finding out like the type of wildlife around here, like, or if there's anything else going on, like stuff that's
Any
around
wild goats.
and
The wild
try to-
goats,
if I
yeah.
can
Well,
get,
you do have a little bit to investigate at the library. You know, I mean, there's
Mhm.
like the urban legend stuff, maybe
Right.
to look into.
I know, but right now at this very second, JJ is a bit of a skeptic.
Well,
it's
the
like, God.
Father Dan's probably going to ask. Probably Father Dan's going to ask Shin like as after their game, and we kind of drive him over, you know, because he says, "Well, I don't have a car at the moment. If you can drive me over to the library, because I need to get a few things."
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Shen, what about you? Is there anything in specific you're going to be doing?
Yeah, after I guess dropping off Dan, he'll you
By
head
the
to
way,
Ch-
library use takes 4 hours.
Damn.
Okay.
FYI.
All right.
All right.
Damn.
Well, after that, he'll after dropping off Dan, he'll probably go and check in with Mr. Chong Ho, see if he can follow up on that.
Well, they all going to dinner later?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
they
right. They
were.
were going to meet up for dinner later.
Yep.
Yep. He was going to talk to Mr. Chong Ho then. So maybe if he has time in between, he'll probably stop by the shop and try and at least look at the damage to Dan's car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We'll say that when we pick up next time, we'll say that we'll because some of you wanted to do some things before you were going to eat dinner, and then we'll get back there, and then some of you will say that like because that's a lot of stuff some of you want to do, so we'll say that like you do that, and then we'll meet back at Eleanor's in the morning after that.
Okay.
Good.
We'll kind of stagger it out a little bit.
Sure.
And then let's see.
Man, I'm going off by myself. It's a little. It's my D&D senses are telling me no, but my
Yeah.
but my tragic ending need is telling me yes. So
It's like safety circle.
There is no
Right.
circle in Call of Cthulhu.
Nope.
It does not exist in this dojo.
Nope.
The only the most paladin-like among you is Jay, and he is powerless.
Yep.
All right.
I got a rank. That's about all I can offer you.
We'll do one thing at least tonight.
Ooh.
So we're gonna deal with Jay driving around the south side, trying to find the crime scene and looking for the blonde hooker.
I'm probably since they said south side near the red light district. I'm probably gonna start on the map. It says like probably in like this area.
Okay.
Start going around, seeing if I see any cop cars, if I see like any places that are like roped off, etc., etc.
You do find a place that is roped off right down here at this intersection, kind of in an alley, and you notice there's a brick wall along the alley, and there's crime scene tape around there.
So I'll pull over and are there any cops there?
Give me a spot hidden check.
I will.
See how well you're keeping a lookout. Hey!
Ooh.
Go ahead,
Whoa!
go ahead and put a check in that box.
Check.
You don't see any cop cars. You do, however, see a car parked maybe a block away that you recognize would be the type of car that's driven by like Angela Dante's organization, some of her folks.
Angela Dante. She's
She's the organized crime boss. Yeah.
Let me just check my backstory stuff that I put in. I know she can be a resource, but requires favors. Okay, all right, that's gonna keep an eye on that. That should be fine for taking a peek. I'll get out of the car.
So you are you gonna head over to them, or are you gonna look at
No,
the?
I'm gonna head over
crime
toward the
scene?
crime scene.
Okay, so you're heading over to the crime scene. You move past the crime scene tape. You get into the alley, and oh my God, Jay, there is a lot of blood around here. A lot of blood. I mean, you've been in the war, and it's shocking to you that even this much blood could have been in the human body. And I'm going to say, since you got an extreme success on this, because it also gives you another kind of bonus thing, you notice that there is one section of the blood where there's an area like sort of in the middle that's not covered by blood, almost like like a track of some kind.
Whatever was there got covered, but it blocked the ground from getting in.
Outline of a goat man on the wall.
And it looks, Jay, it looks like a giant goat hoof.
Oh no!
And not only that, but it looks like somebody has already been here and maybe tried to smear it, maybe tried to clear it up, but didn't do a very good job.
I'm gonna be like lean down a little bit, not stepping in any of the blood, but just this weight of just this weight in my stomach, thinking like, okay, there's something going on then. Okay, I don't see anything else. Like it's all just body and pieces of body all over the place.
There's not any body in here. Like all that stuff's been cleaned up, but you
No
did find,
chunks.
this is a crime scene. It's already been removed.
Okay.
You would think that the bodies, or what is left of the body, is up at the hospital. So yeah, you don't see any signs of the body or anything here, but you do, you do find that print that looks like somebody maybe tried to clean it over but didn't do a very good job. Maybe by that time that the blood had been mostly dried up. Or whoever it was, was on a crime scene. Maybe somebody saw him and they wanted to, they decided to cheese it out of there.
I'll get a nice good look at it, so my my photographic memory kicks in, and I'll kind of step back out of the crime
This
scene.
print, Jay, by the way, is huge.
Like my hand.
No, like about a 1.5 foot across.
Dang.
That is large.
Yikes! Oh wow. Okay.
The price is yikes.
Sounds like a. That doesn't make any sense.
And as you stand there for a second and study the print, are you heading back to your car?
Yeah, I'm getting out of that red tape and getting past the criminal tape as I'm thinking. And before I get into the car, I'm gonna take a look around like the local buildings if I note anything of.
Okay, well,
what's around here?
Okay, well, hang on, because as you're getting back to your car, hang on, I've got to set this up.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Maybe he should have gone off by himself, folks. That's number one rule of horror movies.
Oh no! Bye, JJ.
Bye, Jay.
R.I.P.
Well, I didn't know who would be there investigating the south side, so.
Goat driving a car.
Two very, very large guys get out of the car.
Uh-oh.
And you recognize these guys. They are Lupo and Sal. And they're muscle for Angela.
Hey, yo, you son of a bitch, JJ. Hey. It's me, it's me, Lupo.
And they have I'll play the NPCs, thanks. All right. So they look across at you and they got very stern looks on their face and they kind of cross the street over to you. and Lupo just kind of stares coldly. But you see he's got brass knuckles on.
Oh shit!
And Sal
No.
staring at you, and he's got a very severe look on his face, like, boss wants to see you, Jay. Now this ain't a request. You're coming with us.
Oh well, maybe I can I pick up with Angela in a second. I'm kind of on a case right now. It's a tight schedule. Can I try to fast talk?
Give me a spot hidden, or no, give me a psychology check.
Psychology. Okay.
Oh no!
Dang.
So as you're
bad.
saying, well, maybe I can go do this instead. You don't see enough of what's going on. How quickly he moves for a big man, but he hits you right in the gut.
Oh damn!
You take 1 point of damage
Oh god.
because they're not trying to hurt you. They're just trying to make a point.
Make them send a message. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So you're down from 9 hit points to 8.
Oh no.
Oh,
didn't-
damn.
Oh no!
And he goes, and so the guy that just hit you, Sal, right here, it's like, maybe I didn't speak good enough for you. Maybe you're going deaf. Maybe you can't hear. I said you're going now. The boss wants to see you.
Okay. Okay.
Get in the fucking car, Jay.
Alright.
Get in the fucking car now, mate! I don't know why I had him say a Cockney accent, but
I like the excitement though. It's picking up.
So-
one session
So
in,
he-
and holy shit, we've already had a character lose like a chunk of their health.
It was the whole point.
So Sal opens the door for you and kind of pushes you into the car,
Yep. I'm going.
and then he and Lupo get into the car, and then Lupo starts the car and starts driving west, and you know what that means. And then Sal turns around and is like, "Look, Jay, it ain't nothing personal, all right? It ain't nothing personal, but yeah, when the boss says it's time to go see her, you go see her. You get my drift?
Yeah. I get it. I'm just gonna.
She didn't say go find Jay if Jay wants to come over. She goes, get Jay and bring him here. And so you start driving. The car starts driving this way.
I'm just gonna try to get over the bruising I could feel.
Takes a left down here and pulls into this house right here, which you know is Angela Dante's compound. It's the only nice, really nice, large house on the south side of town.
Yeah. And is that it?
No,
Okay.
we're actually. You've still got 10 minutes. We're gonna do this.
Oh, nice.
The fun is
Oh,
the fun
boy.
is beginning.
Shut up! I want to hear this.
So you walk into Angela's. They bring you into Angela's office. And I'm gonna bring you on here as well. Give me a second. Where did Alex go? There he is. By the way, you can drag and drop your characters.
He's so small.
He's so small now.
Oh, whoa!
Oh!
There he is. He's in the foreground now.
He's in the foreground.
He is the
they-
foreground.
So they kind of bring you in, and then they go and they stand at Angela's side, and they said, "Yeah, no problems, boss. He was happy to come see you." And Angela, she sees you kind of favoring your gut a little bit, and she's like, "Yeah, glad to hear that." And she gets up and crosses over here to like this liquor shelf,
Uh-huh.
and she's like, "You still a bourbon man, Jay?"
Yeah.
And she pours bourbon into a glass, and then she comes back to her desk and sits down, and takes a sip of the bourbon.
Yeah. Well, Miss Dante, what can I do you for? It's gonna. Thank you.
What are you poking around that crime scene for, Jay?
Taking a look for a client. It's nothing too weird, nothing too bad. Just a look.
Who's the client, Jay?
Let's see. All right, now I'm definitely gonna try to fast talk. See,
It's gonna. I'm gonna let you know now. You're gonna need a hard success.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear! Oh no!
Oh no.
37. That's really hard. Okay, a 1 and 3. I might have to spend a lot of my luck here.
Oh no!
Oh no. All right. So what I'll do is I'll say, oh, it was just some crazy housewife wants to just check in. Miss Miss Gotcha.
Miss Gotcha.
I'm just made up a name.
Holy
So,
shit!
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Hey.
So you would need to spend.
Can I use 6 luck on that?
Would 6 luck get you there? Yeah, 6. You spend 6 luck and get the hard success.
Yes.
All right.
29, but
Very good.
Hey.
And she's like, Miss Gotcha. What is she, Polish? I ain't never heard of a Miss Gotcha.
I think something like that, like, first generation. So it's just some woman's like, oh god, it's so. I just want to just make sure that no one's like, going after my kid or something. They're just, it's nothing big. I just wanted to get just a glance at it. It's just.
What are your buddies on the force think about all this shit?
I'm sure they think it's just as fucked up as look there. So.
That's not real specific, Jay. I'm looking for specifics. Who do they think did this?
I don't know.
This is causing problems in over here on the south, Jay.
Well, Angela, I gotta tell you, I'm out of there. I can't get everything there.
Tell me what you know. And she leans back in her chair now, and she leans back in her chair like kind of like Michael Corleone, and she's got like she's just kind of staring at you and got like her fingertips, like pressing together, from her hands.
All I know is that some out of town sales guy got more than gutted, and someone went running off, and all I can hear, all I see is just the newspaper retelling the story.
And she goes, "That's all you know. That's all you know. You haven't heard anything from your old cop buddies, anything like that. Nothing. Somebody gets mauled out in my neck of the woods, and that's all you hear. You're lying to me, Jay. Why do you lie to me? I thought we were friends."
No.
Can I make a psychology check to see if she's like bluffing?
Yeah, you can make a psychology check.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey.
And remember to be
Nice.
ticking off your boxes.
I assume if I don't use luck on it, I get to tick it off. Right?
If you do not use luck, so you can on your fast talk, for example, but you can on your psychologies.
Yep, I said it
Or
like that.
your psychology, yeah. So what you would get from her is that when she said it's causing problems for me on the south side, for example, that she charges protection on the south side.
Mhm.
So suddenly somebody goes and gets brutally murdered. Suddenly the people that are kicking up money to her are thinking, well, should we be kicking up money to her? People are getting murdered here. So you can understand that she's coming at this is something that could feasibly affect her business.
Yeah.
So she can't have that. So whereas normally, she would invite you over, you guys could have a chat, drink or whatever, be a little more cordial. She can't afford that right now.
Look, I'm looking into this and figuring out what the deal is. Right now, it just sounds like it's like a bear attack. Yeah, it's in the middle of the city.
A bear? Jake, a bear? Ain't nothing but farmland outside of town. Jay, there hadn't been bears around here since the Narragansetts lived in teepees. What are you talking about, bears?
Angela,
Jesus
Fucking
Christ.
bears, Jay?
the guy was ripped apart. Ain't nobody doing that, even if they're a smackhead. No one's
That's
ripping a
what I'm
person
thinking.
apart.
I'm thinking it's the Chinese gangs. I'm thinking it's the heroin peddlers. They probably gave the wrong person smack or something like that. Please tell me that's what it is, Jay.
I can't.
Not bears,
I
for
don't,
fuck's sake.
Angela. I don't want to lie to you. I don't.
I can't take bears to the neighborhood, Jay, and say, yeah, we got a bear problem.
Look, tell him that you're working on it because I'm working on it. And you know me. I'm looking
She
into
just-
this.
She just kind of stares at you now. She's like listening to you, she wants to believe you. She wants to believe you, Jay. Give her a sign.
Look, you know what the cops are gonna do. They're gonna say it was just some drifter who ran off to Boston or whatever, and they put out a warrant, and that's gonna be it. It's gonna be, oh, it's nothing, and you're not gonna see anything in the newspaper again.
I'm not worried about the cops, Jay. Let's be frank between you and me. I mean, no offense, I know you were one, but they're pretty goddamn inept.
Exactly. And you know why I'm no longer a part of them?
Because you're smart.
Because I'm smart.
You're smart, but you're telling me it's fucking bears. You're smart.
Because I'm smart, and I figure it out. I don't just say that it was just a drifter from Boston. I am gonna figure it out what's going on, and I'm gonna have to tell you what's going on. So, unless Lupo and Sal want to, walk me around the whole rest of the way, I gotta figure out what's going on here.
And when you say that, you see Sal kind of cock his head, nodding like maybe that's not a bad idea, But she's looking across. She goes, "You gotta give me something, Jay. You gotta give me something. Somebody saw something? Somebody knows something. You got to give me something to go on, something I can chase down on the south side myself."
Look.
I'm not letting you leave here empty-handed, Jay. End of story. Right. You got to share with me. That's what we do. That's what we do, you and me. That's always what our relationship's built on, Jay. Trust. Fucking bears.
There is one.
There's gonna be a bear at the end of this, and someone's gonna feel real dumb.
I heard that there was a woman of the night there, with whatever happened to the guy.
Now we're getting somewhere. Women of the night, I know. That's what I do, Jay. I provide services for people. Booze, gambling, card games, boys, girls, whatever they want, Jay. I don't judge. So tell me about some. Keep talking. Paint me a picture, Jay.
I don't got much, but all I got is that it was a blonde who wasn't impressed, who looks like they saw this kind of stuff before, and I don't know if I need to explain that seeing someone getting ripped apart like that shakes a lot of people. So some blonde with the courage of steel.
So she nods and then she looks over her shoulder. Lupo, round up the blonde horse. Everyone we know of, bring them here. I'm going to talk to them personally, each one of them. And he just sort of nods, doesn't even say a word, and just leaves.
I'm Shempo.
And she was like, "All right, Jay. All right. That's good enough for now."
I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna see what happens. I'll check in here. You can wait, was it? Yeah, the iPhone. Just drop leave my office a line. I'll come by later when I find something, all right?
What am I going to go to your office for, Jay? That's for respectable people.
Sounds great.
Ooh.
All right, I'll say, well, I got to get looking out there.
All right, sounds good. And the next time, Jay, please, for everyone's own good, if my boys come and they find you, they say, Angela wants to talk to you. You go with them. You don't make Sal hitching the bread maker, right, Sal? I mean, look at him. He's all busted up inside. He hated doing it, Jay. He likes you. He was telling me going out. He's like, no, we'll find Jay. We'll bring him back. Jay's a good guy. And then Sal behind her's gonna just look, on his face like, yeah, Jay. Why'd you make me do that, Jay?
Yeah.
God, Jay.
Yeah.
The real villain of this whole campaign.
Sal was it all along.
Besides the bears.
It was Sal.
I will tell you this though, Jay. If you're trying to find stuff out on the south side, you come to me first. Let me and my people get a crack at it and see if we can dig something up, and then I'll give it to you. People on the south side, the ones that pay me money to make problems go away, the ones that pay me money to make people look the other way, to make things okay again, they don't like people asking questions, Jay. And that's me being social with you because we got a history and we go back a little way. Think of what the Chinese would do to you, Jay. Think of what the heroin peddlers would do to you. They're just gonna cut your tongue out, Jay. I don't want you to. I don't want anybody hurting you, Jay. We're friends.
I know.
All right.
All right. Well, I gotta get out of there, Angela. Pleasure seeing you.
All right. Well, take care. Watch yourself, huh? Look out for these bears, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Egg's gonna yell over her face if it was a bear.
Yeah.
It was. It was all this.
We're gonna-
It
we're
was.
gonna
What if it was?
I like-
It's
It's
like
it was a bear.
Yeah,
What I
it's
like
like-
about this is that Father Dan tells JJ, he's like, yeah, it was supposed to be, maybe it was a guy in a goat costume, goat something, and he thinks it's bears.
and then Sal's like, "Yeah, watch out for Baloo, Jay. I hear he's a southpaw, Jay. You don't want you don't want to mess. You don't want to tangle with Baloo, Jay."
if it ends up being like the demon bear from New Mutants, I'm gonna fucking laugh my ass off.
Evidence that it was a bear, no matter what happens. Okay. Put it right now. Put like claw marks everywhere, tufts of fur. We're like, yeah, that was definitely a bear.
It's a bear with goat horns. Yeah.
All those hooved bears.
And we'll
bears.
we're gonna go ahead and call it here for the night with 3 minutes over. Did
Okay.
you guys have fun?
Oh, yeah.
I love this
So
far.
much fun.
This
I
was
loved
great.
it.
There's a reasonable explanation for all of this.
It was a bear.
Yeah. It's bears.
There's the bear. It was a really angry goat, guys.
No.
okay?
Does anyone remember the Fox News meme where it has like the person recreating the bear, like they're walking with the bear cut out, and just like this recreation shows the bear going back into
I
the
love
woods.
it. And it's got the guy in the t-shirt behind it, like
Yeah.
Oh my god.
When we start next session, when you guys are eating dinner at
Yeah.
Chong Ho's,
Mhm.
we'll get a chance for we'll say the former nurse. We'll let Eleanor get a first crack at first aid.
Well, and then
See if anything
yeah,
can be done to help Jay.
and then JJ
Oh.
comes in, like, guys, a ninth of my life force was kicked the shit out of me.
Yeah, one punch, and it's like, man.
Or not first aid, medicine. I'm sorry.
Guys,
Nathan check.
well, I don't think that Eleanor is going to be
I-
at the restaurant. I think that she and like her little group are going to the bookstore. Then she's probably going to head home.
Well,
Father's got some medicine. He can help treat him.
we'll figure it out next time. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out in Discord who's going where then. If you're not all
Right.
going to Chong Ho's.
Yeah.
So we'll pick it up there next week, and we'll see where this. We'll see how much further down the rabbit hole you guys get.
Mm-hmm.
This that end thing was the thing that I said I thought maybe somebody could die depending on how you guys react.
Oh,
Okay.
Because if you'd all been there and then it had gotten violent, there was a high possibility somebody could have died there.
Mm-hmm.
I bet, yeah.
Yeah, but then again, but it probably would have just been physical. They probably wouldn't have pulled guns on you guys because they're professionals. Guns bring cops.
Mhm.
But they would have damn sure whipped out some switchblades or a baseball bat or something. I mean, it could have gotten bad.
Chichiga.
If the one time we ever pull a gun in this campaign is killing a goat, I'm gonna be so mad.
Well, technically, we killed. Yeah, we didn't kill a gun. We basically we hit him with a car. I hit him with a car. So
and then shot him.
Yeah, technically, Jake.
And then
Well,
shot him.
that was a mercy kill rather than
that was right. Yeah,
Double
No,
tap,
but that's-
if you will.
but
Your
okay.
hour
So,
of need, the goat will come.
I don't know that you need to put the goat down execution style, double tap behind the head.
yeah, right.
I just one to the head. It's like me, myself, and Irene, where they're trying to kill the cow in the middle of the road that they hit, and they just keep shooting him and shooting him and shooting him.
See, and here's the thing. This is probably one of the reasons why I didn't want to try to push the roll to try to push the roll on.
Oh yeah,
on-
you were
on
going to hit a
the
tree
roll.
if you pushed the roll. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was
Smarter
thinking
than
I was thinking the goat was going to fly into the car and the father would just snap the horns.
No, that's his that is now Father Dan's animal companion.
Yeah,
All
damn.
right. We'll pick up next time. We'll figure out this week who's doing what, etc. from the list
Okay.
that you guys gave me. And if you have any questions, I'll probably give a summation of all the leads that you guys have.
Mm-hmm.
Again, just we'll call it. I'll put it in.
Okay.
I'll start a new little sub channel, and we'll call it.
Okay.
Call it case file or something like
Right.
that.
Now
Yeah,
the thing is,
Love it.
now if we're going to pick them next time at the Chinese restaurant, would that mean that like in the downtime would be what we would be doing here or something like that?
Well, no, I mean because like we're gonna focus like on the things that like you guys are wanting to do. Those will all be like role played out. We'll all have to like.
Oh, okay, right.
Like that. So like anything that you want to do in the meantime before then, y'all need to hash it out in the Discord.
Okay.
We just post like, oh, I want my characters to do like this, and this during the rest
Well,
of the
there's
day.
there's really only one thing for I was thinking about doing because I had already mentioned it like before it goes to Juan Ho's the Chinese restaurant. Yeah, but I'll put it in the Discord chat.
Yeah, we'll hash it out in the Discord. But
Okay.
Again, hope you guys had a good time.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Oh yeah,
This-
this was a great first session.
Honestly, it was so good.
At this rate, this may go into four
Listen,
sessions.
that's fine.
Honestly, I wouldn't even be mad.
All right.
Bola who?
All right. Well, did you like me throwing in like the little things like what movies we're playing?
Oh yeah, that was great.
I'd say you
Yeah.
definitely do research.
That really felt like it was a good way to
To time it.
set the time and make it feel,
Yeah.
I guess, relevant to its period.
Right.
Yeah.
And the
All
fact
right.
that it got distracted by an Elvis movie is what.
So this whole thing started where I got the idea for this in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
I use this as a campaign setting. So back in the day, of course, you know, I've talked about Dark Shadows, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But back in the day, some friends of mine from college, we were drinking. This wasn't back during college. This was like 10 years ago or so. Actually, this is more like 15 years ago. We were at a Bennigan's. That'll tell you how far back it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was having the Buffalo Bites. I don't know. And
And I'm gonna kill the stream. I'm gonna just kill the stream.
yeah, go. Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
goodbye.
also everyone who watched, thank you for coming on and humoring us with our weird, batshit insane goat killing session of a night.
Thank
Where
you, Needle
goes?
Stream.
So